Cthulhu, what do you think? I'm looking for something. Something that I need for one of my potions. There's one. Everyone, I found it. The saffron field cap.
People ask me, am I a good person or a bad person? I don't even know if I am a person. I've no memory from before I met these people. They're the only friends I have, and I will protect them.
Stick close. Anything could be out there. Trust me. Dying isn't the worst thing that'll happen to you out here.
What's out there?
I've seen what it can do, and I won't let it happen again.
You can't fix what she did.
Oh, that sounds simply dreadful. You must have been terrified. Would you mind repeating that last part? Don't be afraid to really slow it down. Let's dig into the details.
Usually, when walking into a situation, I shoot first and ask questions later. Gives me the best kind of information.
The secrets of Archaeath and the Arcs. Why we've hardly scratched the surface. I intend to make the first dent. Where you see binaries, I see an alloy. Divine, arcane, wholly separate forms of the weave. I have combined them.
You know, the people who try to save the world are usually the lunatics that end up endangering it. Oh, hey, that's pretty good. You know, I'm gonna write that down. Where's my pen? Where'd it go? Nim? Nim, did you take my pen? Give it back.
Hello and welcome back to the Shifting Realms. This is going to be a very special episode of the Shifting Realms. So before we get into the recap, they're all special in their own way, aren't they?
This is the episode where Enoch gets pregnant.
Finally!
And I'm missing it!
I'm gonna make sure of it.
2 weeks from now, I'm sitting in my computer in my basement. Why is there a remarkable spike in our viewership? Because talk about a great intro.
What are they called, like pennies?
Wait. Yeah. Kennedy can't stop me. If I can get access to Trisha, I can find out his search history.
Patricia's with me.
Kennedy,
I know.
Kennedy. Quick.
I didn't say that you weren't there. I just said you can't stop me. When I get my hands on that Kennedy.
This is what happens to a party. The episode after they slay a big bad. They feel good. They feel invincible, right?
Son of a
But tonight, I remind them of the game that they're playing, right? Dungeons and Dragons. Because they've forgotten, apparently. No, what we're going to accomplish tonight, everyone, we're going to be doing some good old roleplay. We're going to be running through the session, but what I am hoping to accomplish, I'm going to take us forward at least 3 weeks, possibly as far as 6 weeks. We're going to run an augmented, extended downtime mini game that I've created for all of you. How this game is going to function. You all are going to be serving as generals for Castore Lilyfleets and the rest of the gallant Gallanteers who are working to save Port Haven. Because to be clear, you all have done something amazing. You've dealt a significant blow to Arden by taking out Delroth. In fact, Nim has consumed a decent chunk of the cultist down below, right?
Yummy. Ooh, so good.
So some great things have
Junk
done,
food.
but more than half of Port Haven is still currently a doppelganger, which means that the argument really goes to their favor if you're just trying to flip the switch and be like, actually, surprise, it's us. Not to mention that there are individuals that look exactly like all of you running across Veridia, sullying your good names.
Even more.
Terrible, right? So what we're going to do tonight, we're going to go through week by week. And we're going to give you an opportunity. I'm going to give you an opportunity to maximize your downtime for your own personal gains, if you wish. If you would like to go through doing some research, you want to enhance or learn a language or learn a skill or do any type of like attribute buffing, you can do that over this extended downtime period. But
wow.
Oh,
so generous.
So generous.
Thank you.
So generous.
Oh my God.
It's like that's a comment of a player who knows that I'm about to ruin this for them.
Yeah.
But for every week that you choose to pursue your own personal gains, you are going to be a detriment to the overarching saving of Port Haven, right? Mechanically speaking, I'm going to be putting some deductions into the mechanical rolls that we're going to be doing. Week by week, I'm going to be rolling for the doppelgangers. You as a collective party will be rolling on behalf of how much success you have had in rooting them out. If you dedicate your entire self to helping Castori and their team, you could get up 6 to assisting with them.
He's not here.
But if no rats. No rats count.
Birds.
Ghosts count. Birds don't count.
Goats.
Goats. Nah.
Assassins.
Okay.
Butler assassins.
I'm joking. Alvin has his own role that I've written.
It's a plus 35.
Yeah. It's for a very specific thing.
Yes. Lotion acquirement.
To be clear, friends,
fingers from the pages.
You have a benefit, right? You all could choose to just dedicate your entire time into just focusing on and rooting out the doppelgangers, getting that 6+6 every single week. And also, if you come up with some remarkably clever and creative ideas for how you're spending your time and how you're helping Castori, I might give the doppelgangers some -1, some -2, some -3, some like tactical disadvantage on what they're doing. Otherwise, the doppelgangers are going to have a flat +5 across the board, right? So you've got a little bit of an advantage at a +6, but the moment that 1 or 2 people tries to do something on their own and we're taking that down, it
sounds like it
becomes more challenging, statistically speaking.
Yeah.
Now, you might be asking yourselves, DM, how do we win? Because that's what I'm here to do tonight. Win Dungeons & Dragons.
Yes.
This is how you win. The Gallant Gallanteers and Castori Lilyfleet are able to stay in Port Haven for 6 weeks. At the conclusion of 6 weeks, they must leave. No matter what, they have meetings to make, important meetings to make, right? If you all are able to win 3 weeks in a row, Port Haven is saved. You win the rollies 3 weeks in a row, Port Haven stays. You all are able to succeed in this endeavor. If that is not the case, and you don't win 3 weeks in a row, don't fret. As long as you win a total of 4 out of 6 weeks, you can also still win, which means you could have some losses in there. 4 out of 6, you still win, right? If it's just 3 out of 6, it's going to be something more of a stalemate, which may have some mechanics that come into play as to how many of Castori's team come with you all whenever you leave here, and how many have to stay, right? So you're looking for that magic number of at least 4 out of 6 or 3 consecutive wins. But here's where it gets really good. Really good, in fact.
Bad.
I think that depends on perspective.
All right.
I think from our perspective.
There is 7 of us and only 1 of you.
I'm so sorry.
For those of you at home, we got a document about this.
So they're no longer
We have to
surprised.
sign it.
Yeah. It says.
And you said you couldn't tell people about it. No.
I didn't sign it.
Detriment table.
I can't even read it.
That's a great segue. Yeah. Every single week that you all choose to remain in Port Haven, Arden and the rest of the cult expands, which means that you're going to have to roll on increasing detriment tables. There's a minor, a moderate, and a catastrophic detriment table.
It's not good.
If you stay the full 6 weeks, you're going to be rolling multiple times all the way up to this catastrophic detriment table, right? So there's this weird math game that you'll have to play. What is the
Wait,
perfect
one of these
number?
just says Kennedy dies.
Oh, that should be on table 0, right?
It says no roll needed at any time to have a plus 1/2.
Plan this.
So again, rolling on the minor, not terrible. Rolling on the moderate, there's some problems there. But rolling on the catastrophic, it gets to the points where other towns just fall because you're not there and you're not able to make any headway, right?
Good.
It will change. It will change the rest of this campaign if you roll that. Now, something that you probably didn't see on the beautiful little documents that I gave you, there's one line. There's one line on there.
Is it in white?
It's not on white. That would have been funny, actually. That would have been so funny. If you roll a 1, regardless of your modifier, you will be rolling twice on that detriment table. If you roll a 20, regardless of modifier, you get a natural 20. An effect still happens, but you get to look at the table and you tell me you get to pick one. Pick which one you want to happen. You're in charge of your own defeat.
Of a different...
Of that table. Of that table.
Let me have my each episode, man.
If we still do good, we have to pick a bad.
Of old age.
You get to pick what bad?
Yay.
Immediately.
Which one do you want me to smack you with?
We gotta choose self-sabotage.
Just shrivel up.
Every day, baby.
It's all about agency.
I'm gonna
I choose the bottom
request
stick.
edit access and change them all to good.
Only one lashing for you, Icarus.
Yes.
I chose this path.
So
I choose 9.
there's a lot to this minigame, but we're going to go week by week, and then hopefully it's going to start to make sense. Now, I'm curious to see how many of you choose just to dedicate all of your time, like a full-time job, into helping Castori and the team. I'm curious how many of you are going to be like, well, actually, I like to do a little bit of work or research or crafting or something else here. Well, we'll see how that goes. Before we get into it,
Yeah, Joe, actually.
let's run a recap so we know what we're coming from. And when we come back, we're going to set the stage at Oddballs Threads and dive into this 6-week minigame. We'll be right back.
Last session, the party continued their intense battle against Delroth and his cultists within the doppelganger's lair. As the fight escalated, Nim discovered that the wells fueling Delroth's power could be disrupted by channeling magic into them. Despite the risks, the party focused on disabling these wells. Kennedy, attempting to interact with one of Delroth's orbs, vanished into a monochromatic landscape inhabited by shadowy figures. Seeking a way out, he pushed through a mysterious gate, suffering psychic damage, and emerged alone in a snowy mountain range, cut off from the rest of the party. Back in the lair, Delroth unleashed powerful attacks, pulling some party members into a void-like space where they began to suffocate and suffer damage. Enoch and Silas fought fiercely, with Enoch landing devastating blows and Silas delivering the final strike that defeated Delroth. As Delroth fell, the void dissipated, and the party members trapped within were released. An ethereal, androgynous figure resembling Frith, the deity of balance, appeared and freed the rock egg from its chains and force field. The figure addressed each party member, bestowing upon them new titles and abilities, awakening their true potential as heroic archetypes. As the figure departed, the party lost consciousness. Upon awakening, they found themselves surrounded by Castoria Lilyfleet and the gallant Gallanteers, who had been combating the doppelgangers in the city. Castoria offered assistance and explained their efforts to reclaim Port Haven. The party learned that in their absence, chaos had erupted in Port Haven. Doppelgangers had fully infiltrated the city guards, and a confrontation on the docks led to the death of Lucius. Lord Desta Esters, a doppelganger, accused House Liren of treachery, inciting a mob. In this altercation, an entity that looked like Ireless killed a noble of House Liren. Meanwhile, Kennedy, isolated in the snowy mountains, attempted to remove the eye that allowed Arden to track him and remotely view through him. Severely injured, he passed out, only to awaken to the sight of an airship overhead. Determined to regroup and address the turmoil in Port Haven, the party made their way back to Oddballs Threads, where they planned their next move in a city teetering on the brink of chaos.
Coming off the fight with Delroth, we've learned a lot of unsettling information, right? So much lore was uncovered both in the temple down below that seemed to be connected to Gasigian, but also in this weird laboratory they've been conducting Scadwin experimentations. Seemingly, they've accomplished what it was they were trying to do because they got access to Kennedy's blood.
Yay, science!
Crap. You're welcome.
Science happens.
Yeah.
And Arden, as well as the rest of these were creatures, take off. You all awaken to a new sense of power, having been told that in order to proceed and move forward, some aspect of your personage has to be shed. Some aspect of you has to be left behind, lost. There's a small fragment of something that has been imprinted or placed onto you, unbeknownst to you, perishes. You awaken at the first level of your heroic archetypes. So you all are a smidge more powerful as we step into this epilogue of Arc 1 and prepare for Arc 2. And you needed that power because the narrative influx of information that took place at the end of last session, we know for a fact that someone who looked exactly like Ireless murdered an individual from House Lyran. We know for a fact that more than half of this city are doppelgangers. We also know that your image, your names, and your titles, you know it in your heart of hearts. You feel it.
Something happened.
Oh yeah, my eye. You know folks are sullying your name across the continent. You know all these things, but luckily, Alvin was on the mission. Alvin and Karnath were able to find you all, collect you all, and get you all back to Oddballs Threads. Now, you all would be getting back late to Oddballs Threads after your brief conversation in the alleyway with Alvin, who had just been throwing some small pebbles leading you down a path that you had definitely followed, right? Yeah, brilliant.
We did. We followed with no question, actually.
It's a very Alvin thing to do.
This makes so much sense.
Yeah.
What I need you all to know is in this space, these are the people who are currently at Oddballs. You all, the party. Karnath is here. Alvin is here. Lord Desta is also here. And Drukari is here too. To expedite a little bit of this information, something you all need to be aware of that you would have been immediately caught up to speed on. You would have been told that the last thing that Lucius said as Drukari rushed over in an attempt to save him was, "It wasn't her." Drukari would then tell you that he passed without able to get any other information from him. He was then pushed aside by the keepers, who were then attempting to take the body and get it back on the ship, on the boats, and get out of here. Lord Desta is still in a catatonic state. He's been taken down to that same ritual chamber, really the more like alchemical lab that you all have done some experimentations in, Karnath's father's old study. He's being watched down there. Without Lucius, Karnath is doing the best that he can to just tend to this individual, though he does not have full comprehension of any of the power, spells, or abilities that Lucius would have used to take care of this for you all. With those individuals being present, I will also tell you, you were still being ushered through the city under the cover of shadow. Alvin would be going from alleyway to alleyway. The guards look like they're looking for something or someone, and I do not think it's much of a logic leap to know that they're looking for you all. They know you're still here. Alvin does his best to get you all here. You can also see that a number of the citizens themselves, they look like they're just standing at their windows, looking outside to the streets with just smiles on their faces.
Yay.
Ew.
And as we pan in tonight,
I changed my mind. I don't want to stay in the city anymore.
Let's just leave.
Yeah, the vibes here are weird.
Come join me on the mountain.
Cut to Kennedy's poster.
Aren't you a property owner here now?
Yeah. How's that real estate value?
Yeah, that's true. Oh, it's not looking good.
The resale.
Where we pan in tonight is not in Port Haven. Because there's no way that I can't immediately start with where in the world...
Don't put me on the mountain.
Where in the world is Kennedy Scott?
San Diego.
Kennedy, the last thing that you remember, you woke up for a brief instant as you could see that there was a massive airship above you. You could feel its pull as it was yoinking you off of
They're
this
taking me
frigid,
to the inn, guys.
the frigid mountain.
Ski resort.
The ship yeah. As you are being pulled, tractor beam style, into this airship.
I got abducted.
You got abducted. I do not believe it's too much of a stretch to say that the actual force of this, the power of this, you come in, you come out, you recognize that it is happening, and then you lose consciousness again. You've lost a significant amount of blood, and you are also almost frozen.
Cool.
Right? When you come to again, Kennedy, you find yourself sitting upright in a chair.
Cool.
The chair appears to be on a swivel. Your hands are down on the arms of the chair, your feet placed firmly on the ground with bindings that seem to come out of the chair itself, almost like the metal is somehow liquid and it's just formed around you. As you get your bearings in this space, you can see that you are on the bridge of a ship.
Can I swivel the chair, though?
You cannot swivel a chair. It's on a swivel, but something, whenever you are put in place because of the bindings, holds you down to the ground a foot as well, right? So your butt knows it swivels. You go to move around, but you can't move because your feet stay here.
This is the worst thing that's ever happened to me.
Give it
Yeah, it is.
Take it away.
Yeah, truly. You're like, that's stupid. You can see that you are on a raised platform of this bridge. On a lower level, not terribly far away from you, with two stairways going down below, there appear to be a number of, I call them desk, cubbies, that are built into the sides of this bridge. And there appear to be things that, the best way that we could describe them would be computers with hollows, and a number of individuals sitting reclined back in these seats, almost like they're inserted into these slots, and actually working these computers. You can see that there is a massive window. Seems to have some type of spheroid aspect to it, so that you could step out into it if you wanted to actually be out and about while the ship is flying. You can see that it looks like you are currently above the cloud line. So even though it is nighttime, you can still see that there is weather below you, but you must be quite high. As you are moving through some of the other cloud base here, you would also be able to notice that as you look forward, you can see that there is the remnants of some type of cloaking device or cloaking technology on the outside of this. Because while you can see aspects of the frame outside that front window, whenever you try to focus in harder, it looks like it begins to blend away from your eyes. So you can't see any of the additional appendages or any of the other wings or apparatuses that are on the outside of this ship. And you see a figure walk into view from your, what side? What side did you lose your eye on? Remind me.
Oh, shit.
Your right side?
I think so. Sure. I can't remember.
Walks in from the side that you lost your eye on, Kennedy.
Awesome.
Just because then you see him later.
Yeah. I mean, I can hear him definitely.
Yeah.
He rubs a little salt in the wound as he goes by.
It would be, it would have been patched, right? And the best that they could do is some basic field treatment. At this point, no magical healing has been offered to you yet at this point. And you would recognize this individual as one Elpis Ambrosine.
Okay, that's all right.
And you would watch as she comes and she stands in front of you and she holds her left hand hovering above the ground down here in front of her. And you would see that she's wearing a porter, similar to yours, yet different. And as she holds her hand above the ground, you would watch as another chair just gets formed from the metal here.
The fuck?
And she sits down and she says the following to you, Kennedy. I was hoping we could have a brief conversation to determine what we should do with you. Kennedy, are you amenable to conversation?
Oh joy, my 2 favorite people in less than 24 hours. What a blessing for me.
I'd like to explain some things that have happened in the past several years, Kennedy. I think we got off on the wrong foot.
Oh, you think?
I know we got off on the wrong foot, and I am willing to take a modicum of ownership and responsibility for that. But I want to be clear. Your anger is misguided.
Oh, is it?
Yes, that's what I said. Kennedy, it's important for you to understand, my family has been preparing for this specific moment in time, this specific instance of the cycle for years, Kennedy. And if you ask me at any time during this explanation if I would do the same thing to you that I did, I would say yes, without a second thought. But you need to understand why I did this. Are you willing to listen? Or will we be blinded by rage?
I'm tied to a chair, so what else do I have to do? Go on, let me hear your spiel.
She lets one of your feet free.
Can I swivel now?
one of your feet is still attached, so no.
10 degrees of swivel.
Right? And she says, does that buy me anything?
No, but continue.
It gets bound again.
Fuck!
I'm not going to apologize for what I did.
Of course not. Why would you?
You're right. I have no reason to. Absolutely zero reason to. I needed a battery to move the entirety of my crew and multiple ships down below. And you were just the patsy. She continues, I needed you, and I needed that special porter that's on your arm to power the jump. This was business, Kennedy. Nothing more. You and your family, you were never supposed to be hurt. Forgotten, left behind, certainly. You weren't supposed to be here. The plan was to wipe this unpleasantness, to scrub the tattoo off of your back, and to put you back in your home to do whatever it is you wanted to do. But you couldn't let that go. You remember how our last conversation went? I believe it came to fisticuffs, then you tried to shoot several of my men.
What? That's not what?
She looks confused.
I also look confused. What are you talking about? That's not how that played out.
Interesting. Would you care to describe how you remember
let
it
me put my hands down. I forgot I'm tied up. I can't use my hands.
I can't think without my hands.
I can't talk without them. How are you supposed to know the emotion I feel?
Yeah. Use your fingers, Kennedy.
Oh.
See our Patreon.
Sorry.
A voice in my head of Silas making a dirty joke.
It was funny, right?
Tell me how I'm wrong. Because how I remember this is, well, you didn't go easily with the plan that we had, and you fought back. What else was I supposed to do?
We were attacked. What are you talking about?
Whose side were you on when that happened?
You were giving me the plan, and then 2 of your guys turned on you.
You watch as she goes through a series of, is that really what happened? And I'm going to let you get an insight roll here.
Oh, yes. Did you say killer?
I said get in there. I mean,
you're not wrong.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Not bad?
It depends on what my modifier is to make it not
Show
bad.
me county fingers.
16.
With the 16, you have the idea that this is a person who is genuinely trying to see if you are fucking with her, or if she's misremembering this. You're looking at somebody who seems rather sure of themselves with the memory that they have, but is beginning to doubt that memory based on what you are saying. Regardless, Kennedy, it doesn't matter who fired first. All that matters is that we weren't able to put you back in your home where you belonged. Now, this is where I don't think you have this information. We were already on Arden's trail before you came into the picture. We'd been trailing him and tracking him for several years. Our intelligence told us that he had already jumped arcs. We didn't know if he was in a different city. We did not know if he was down below already, but he was not supposed to be in the capital. That's for sure. The plan was to ensure that we used your power source, your porter, to get 3 of my ships here and a majority of my crew. We were going after Arden. A mistake that you made was you were also trying to escape. And somehow Arden knew where you were going and was waiting for you. By the time we made it to our ships, 2 of them had already been destroyed and a majority of my crew as well. The only individuals that I was able to bring with me, you can see here, aboard the Rift Dancer, which is the first time she said the name of the ship. Tiny Dancer. This ship's name is Tony Danza. I don't know the specifics as to how that interaction went between you and Arden. I can't imagine that it went well. But you're here, he's here, and the rest of my team is here as well. I need you to believe me whenever I say, you were never supposed to be involved in this. You weren't supposed to be here. You would have had no memory of anything that we have done. I don't feel bad about it. I'm sorry that you remember.
I just have a smile. Like, you know those like smug smiles upon my face as I kind of like lean forward as much as my bindings allow me, and I just, aren't you fucking stupid? I was his little rat for God knows how long. You're dumb. You're dumb. You had incorrect information. And you put me in danger, whatever. I've been everybody's fucking bitch for God knows how long, but you put my family in danger, and that's where I draw the line.
There is a reaction that they are unable to hide when you say that. What's your passive insight? Shit or good? That's all I need to know.
It might be shit.
It's good, because you got high whiz.
No, I have a 12.
Okay. Yeah, you missed the nuance of it. There is a chord that was struck with them. The concept of how it affected your family seems to leave them with some feelings that are distraught. You're right. We had bad intelligence. Things that we had put into plan for years and years and years, and we had bad intelligence. Somehow, Arden seems to be multiple steps ahead of us at every turn, both back home and since we've arrived here. You watch as she moves her tongue over her teeth like multiple times, like she's really mulling something over here, really thinking. I'm willing to share some information with you, Kennedy, and I'm not asking to become allies or friends. But it seems like our purpose moves in the same direction. I'm asking for a temporary truce. I'm asking for you to lay down whatever this hostility, whatever this anger is that you're holding on to, temporarily.
I kind of just like look like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, are you saying like, I don't know where this anger is coming from towards me?
They don't seem like they register or comprehend that, and this is free of charge, they don't care about the individual Kennedy Scott.
Yeah.
They care about a multitude of lives. And they would do literally anything to fuck over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people.
I've noticed.
To save thousands, hundreds of thousands. So they don't really react whenever you seem confused by this. This is something that they've been raised and bred and born to believe. This is very similar to the indoctrination that you would have received back home about what the world below is like, only they're so steadfast in their belief. They are that rebel syndrome. They're absolutely correct in what they believe. And you're allowed to have feelings, but it doesn't matter at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Believe what you want. Feel what you want. We're going after Arden. He seems to be after the relics of power. We need to stop him before he gets any more of them. He already has 2.
The what?
So our intelligence isn't that bad. It seems we have more than you.
Where do you think? I've been traveling with a crazy vampire for the past couple years. What do you think I've been doing? What? You think I have intelligence about what's going on? No!
We were going to fish shows.
I've watched a woman eat people. Do you think I have information on Arden?
Sometimes you pay for it.
I guess I'm a little bit confused. How did you get here?
What do you mean, how did I get here? He sent me here. What are you not understanding?
Okay, well, you've explained that then.
Yeah.
He sent you here and you don't have any information on Arden.
No! He said, you fucked me over, which is very prevalent, and I see that now in my bindings. And then I was here. That's it. I'm not sharing any information I have.
You try to rotate. Yeah, you try to rotate away in your chair.
So instead of, you go. And then try to like twist. What's in your mouth? What's in your mouth?
She puts her hands on the arms of the chair, and then she brings them up and she clasps them in front of her, and she says, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. I need a simple decision from you, Kennedy. I can drop you off pretty much anywhere that you want to go. Or you work with us. And for whatever slights we've caused you, let's acknowledge that Arden is causing more pain. And we work together and we stop him. He's the real enemy. Don't let your frustrations blind you to the fact that I am simply the lesser evil here. What say you? Where would you like us to take you, Kennedy?
I mean, I'm gonna put like one hand up, even though I'm binding.
She releases it.
Go like this.
You don't have to raise your hand. I asked you a question. It's just
I'm not raising my hand. I'm putting my hand out. You need to learn social cues. Anyways, you're still on my shit list. You are number 2 on my shit list. But I hate Arden more.
She releases the rest of your bindings.
Okay, I'm gonna swivel in the chair now.
you complete one full swivel.
I come back like this.
Yeah. And by the time you come back, she holds out a hand and she says, "Do we have an agreement?"
I'll take like one finger and I'll shake it. I'm like, we're not there yet. I'll stand
she firmly grasps your finger.
Yeah, there it is.
And shakes it. And she says, because we've come to this arrangement and this agreement, there's something that I feel I should show you. We were working with an individual that I know for a fact you're aware of because they had been sending reports back to me. They went by Lucius. Do you know what happened to him?
No idea. Which is true, I don't.
You watch as she reaches down into one of her pockets and she pulls out what appears to be a small statue, maybe a couple of inches tall, and it looks to be in the likeness of Lucius. And she passes it to you. And she kind of like, she holds it up for a second and she like closes her hand around it and she goes to extend it your direction. And Percy is shocked or confused by what this is. Kennedy would not be. This is the closest thing that we could get to like Vivra cards in the Shifting Realms. If anyone's familiar with like One Piece lore, right? It's niche. This is something that you could do to bind yourself into this so that it shows if somebody is still alive and what their current state is. And it looks like the entirety of it has like necrosed away, with certain sections of it almost caving in, which is oftentimes what happens whenever the magic has faded or pulled away or the life force has left that person. And she just hands it to you, and she hopes that you take it.
I'll take it.
One thing is crystal clear. We might be enemies because of choices that I have made. The last message I received from Lucius was confusing, yet you were mentioned, so I know there was some type of connection there.
No idea what you're talking about.
Well, neither do I, because it wasn't expanded upon. But I felt you should know.
Great.
Well, let me show you to your bunks.
All right.
She gets up off the chair. Your chair and her chair melt back into the metal that is the platform here.
I wanted that chair.
She raises it back up. It follows you.
Yes!
As you're walking.
Now I have an animal companion. It's my chair.
Bonus action.
And she says, let's get you taken care of. Would you like a change of clothes? You're covered in blood.
Yeah.
Okay, they're gonna get you one of the flight suits.
Never mind, I don't want that. I'll take my bloodied clothes. That is ugly.
Okay, beautiful. Declined magic flight suit.
So no sword for you, no magic clothes for you.
No.
You're up next on the deny magic stuff block.
Takes you to a new bunk. You have private quarters here. Fairly spacious. Most of their people died trying to get here.
That's great.
So there's plenty of room.
I'm glad.
Takes you to your private quarters, and they show you essentially around. So over the next couple of weeks, you're going to be able to get more access to the ship. What that means, there's almost like a rec zone. So for training, there's going to be the bridge that you were currently at. There's a war planning room as well. There's a mess hall on here. And there's obviously going to be like some engine quarters and other types of like lower crew quarters as well that you could explore over the next couple of weeks.
Sweet.
At before the time jump, the moment Kennedy's in his room, and you can tell me now. At that moment, can Kennedy receive a cryptogram?
Of course.
It just says, "We won."
It just appears somewhere.
We won. Dash.
What cost?
Dash J.
Nice.
I'm going to ignore it.
It says red.
And close. Yep. And that's where we're going to leave Kennedy for now. As you have begrudgingly formed some type of truce.
Unfortunately.
Some brief allyship here with Elpis Ambrosine as she continues to hunt down Arden.
I just want that guy. I just want him.
And then after that, who knows what's going to happen. But for the time being, Kennedy has not chosen to return to the party. Arden, we come for you. We pan back to Oddballs Threads. And that night, you all would have been exhausted. You all would have been overwhelmed. There would have been an issuing of please just get some rest, focus up. We're not going to be able to do anything of substance tonight. We begin with the first day of the first week.
Actually, when we get back,
what would you like to do, Nim?
just really quickly, just because I'm a little nervous, because my very favorite pet person just disappeared. So I'm gonna go just scamper, scurry, scuttle, whatever, up to my room and pull out the, just to make sure that things are okay. You know, orbs be orbing.
Orbs be orbing.
You can't resist the lure, Silas. So I'm gonna pull out, find the vial of Kennedy's blood,
Great.
Which all friends keep for their buddies.
Yeah,
Really
of
casual.
course. It's just
man.
normal friend things, guys. Don't worry about it. Yeah, it's carefully labeled in like the rat pack. And pull it out and put it and just see, and it's going to be mirroring Kennedy's heart rate. And so it'll be there if it's. So is it moving? What's happening with it?
It does not appear that it has otherwise necrosed or congealed. Everything looks to be normal.
Great.
Yeah. You shake it up a little bit.
Little lava lamp action. Okay, great.
In my room, something just happened.
My chest feels funny.
It looks like it should for an alive Kennedy.
Good. How's he looking? He look calm. What's that heart rate?
Depending on when you were looking at it, I think there would have been some iterations.
Oh, it's angry the entire time.
He's like,
frustrated.
Get the little forehead vein in there.
Yeah, oh dear. Oh, well.
There's an angry face emoji floating up and down.
like a Tamagotchi.
Yeah. I forgot to feed it.
Oh, no. Oh, he hates it when that happens.
Starving.
Yeah, he hates it so much. All right. Okay, great.
You know it's
lovely.
alive.
Yeah.
But it doesn't tell you where. It's just a lifeline.
That's only a matter of time. Yeah. Normal friend things.
Scott. And where I want to start, so we can actually get this minigame kicked off for what the next couple of weeks are going to be like, to expedite this process, that next morning, Castore would already be in Oddballs threads. They would explain to you the current state of the city, that it is overwhelmingly unsafe, and they have their work cut out for them, but that you all are needed and necessary for this. The rules and the mechanics would be explained to you, but he would also bring someone with him. And he would say, it's not that I don't trust you all per se. You've proved yourself more than capable. This isn't for me to keep tabs on you. In fact, this is for you all to keep tabs on me. You can call them commander, general, confidant, best friend, close traveling companion, one of my closest business partners. And I'd like to leave them with you. And you would see that there is this individual who, for the most part, has been maybe a little bit standing aside, and it kind of appears out from behind Castore. And I don't think I need to describe them. Percy, would you describe your new character?
Oh my god, amazing.
Yes! Standing there at 6'7". Oh my god. I gotta put that out there. Is a figure that is wearing... I had to be taller than you, I'm sorry.
How tall do you think I am?
6'5". Is that wrong?
6'2".
Oh, okay. Then I overshot him a little bit.
I'm glad we're blending in.
5'2" is also great.
Oh, don't worry. Just wait. They are wearing like muddled clothes, like greens and browns, except for their shoes and their gauntlets that are gold. Their outfit is what could be described as like jester, like Renaissance jester on top of like modern like battleware. The thing that you'll notice the most about them is on their belt and on their face are drama masks.
Oh boy.
That display multiple versions of emotions. So the one they wear now is like a smile with like half-closed eyes as they survey the entire party. But there's one that's for like anger, sadness, like bored. So that's what they all have on their belt. And they stand there looking down, except that, looking down at everyone.
This is Ajax, and they'll be spending some time with you if you have no concerns with that. Truly, it's beneficial to all of us. Ajax, do you have anything you want to say to your new friends?
I can't wait to work with you.
Marvelous, Ajax.
Thank
Marvelous.
you.
Well, at least it's no one weird.
We have work to do. Work. I need your help. As I've said briefly, we have places to be. We can only target in the city for up to 6 weeks. The more that you aid us, I believe the quicker that we can get out of here. I will let you all know that I am working with the individuals down below the sewers. We will keep them safe. You do not need to worry about them. We are also going to be continuing to excavate the cultist hideouts. If we find anything of note, we'll bring it to you as well. Your efforts should be working with the rest of my captains, my generals, though you can take Ajax's direction on most of those endeavors. Are you all willing to stick this out? I want to make things available for you. I hope you will stay and aid, but I understand that you've lost one of your own.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, he's okay, actually, yeah.
Wait.
Oh, yeah, I checked.
I pop off the cryptogram that says we won -J.
Oh,
he's alive!
Oh, yeah, sorry. I actually checked in on him last night. He's fine. I mean, I don't know where he is, and he seems like a little upset. But he was good, right? Yeah.
Yeah, you can't send a cryptogram to a corpse.
Hey!
How do you know?
That's what they say.
You know, that's,
It's an empirical question. Have you carried out the proper experimentation to find out?
Actually, no, and now I'm worried.
Well, Kennedy's okay. We can experiment later.
Yeah.
So what did you have in mind?
Well, and you watch as Castori leans down onto the table, and then there was a map that is unfurled that appears to show the entirety of Port Haven, spills out a couple of what could look like board game pieces, right? Things that you might have along with the caravan, and begins to lay out the war plan, the war table. The game begins. Every single week, you all need to tell me, are you going to be focusing on helping Castori, or would you like to explore something on your own? Once I have everyone's orders, we will tally it up, and we'll roll mine versus yours. We will then resolve whatever that roll is. If you all come up with something clever, I will provide some deductions to the doppelgangers. If you all choose to focus on your own endeavors, that will also limit the positive modifier that you're going to have. But we're going to do this week by week, not day by day. If you happen to choose to take a week off to just fuck off and do whatever you want, I'll allow for some nuanced day items there. I know it might make sense for Enoch to craft something each day because you've got the mechanics for that. Irelis, you might have the mechanics forage and do something every single day. That's also really feasible. But week by week. Question.
Yeah, are we allowed to talk above table about our plan?
100%.
Great.
This is a minigame based game for the players more so than the characters tonight.
Okay. Icarus has a main thing that would be at the beginning, which is he's guaranteeing himself to work to save the city for 5 weeks of the 6 weeks. You guys get to choose the 1 week that he's not going to be around. So he's giving you that up front. He's not going to help for 1 week, but he's letting you choose when. So if you want to, he suggests maybe the beginning or the end.
Irelis wants
Probably the
to
end.
take a week at the end.
So week 6 looking like might be the bad one, but hopefully I think the idea is things are okay by then. Yeah. So is that
Hopefully.
Okay?
Hopefully, yeah.
All right.
Definitely depends on if you all get 3 in a row, then the end of this will have different weights. The detriment tables get rolled on no matter what.
Right.
But at least you're not feeling like the city's gonna fall.
Yeah.
I think I have a pretty good plan that I'd like to float.
All right.
We already have a breadcrumb trail to laid trap that was prepped this week. Actually, for us by Nim.
Mm-hmm.
We can be the bait. We could float the idea that somehow, after the battle, an injured member or two has made a small area for themselves in the basement of the tannery, and when they send a contingent out there, we spring a trap.
It's a good idea.
Yeah.
Again, to be clear, it'll work once. The fight's going to continue, but I think for something like that, I'd be more than happy to consider some type of negative deductions to the doppelgangers. They would take a hit for the week that you plan to spring that or use it. I think that's a good idea.
And
you choose what week, though.
Yeah.
I think that sounds great. Yeah.
That makes. I feel like that only works the first week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also think that only works the
okay.
first week because
Yep.
then they start to like look around.
Yeah.
Because they're searching.
I have something to do a couple weeks in that I think will help, and that is some spell.
I have something tricksy
spell
as
stuff.
well.
I'm hoping.
Let's hear it.
I think I would, once we're starting to win a couple, cast plant growth on an area for a day to help folks in that area have more nourishment, and then they can help.
Okay, yeah, because we already know that there's a food problem.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I like
Let's
that.
set up very early on.
Mhm.
I think something like that, if used, again, just for the mechanics, I'm not going to. Actually, I'll let you all choose. Let's make an agreement right now. The way the game's currently set up is your clever ideas are meant to provide deductions to their rolls. But that sounds like something that would add an additional like +1 to your roll. In the game of statistics, it really matters very little. But it's whether you want to feel like you're rolling at a +7, +8, or not.
I like adding.
Okay, you like adding better.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like helping us gives additives,
Yeah.
hurting them gives them negatives.
Okay,
Yeah,
that sounds super fair.
okay, heck
That
yeah.
would definitely be something that I would consider like a +1 for you all to do that.
Yeah.
And Joe, what was your plan?
If you recall, dear viewers, the episode 3 where Enoch was introduced, the way that he escaped
How could we forget?
before the crew got to him was by tapping into the ley line running under the dungeon that he was in. We know that the doppelgangers are putting their incubation chamber, so to speak, on ley nexuses, nexi, to
Nexuses.
speed up their reproduction. So either I could attempt to use those to find where they are hiding in order to go neutralize them, or the riskier play to try to siphon some of that energy off to slow their growth.
I like that. That could be. I think that would be a solid argument for some easy deduction on them. You're able to easily isolate them and target them. So I would allow that for a week too.
Got one idea.
Yeah.
So, we're currently being slandered in the streets, and we're going to have a hard time moving around the city. So, I think some anti-propaganda might be a good idea. So, Icarus, who is trained in lore savoir-faire, aka knowing how to talk the good talk, and having the spell Disguise Self, he's going to play the doppelgangers at their own game. And one skill, because, he's not the best in a fight, but he can work the politics of the city to kind of talk with the right people, pretend to be the right people to get the streets easier to travel for us.
What if we, with rumor,
Yep. That's
at the same
I think
time.
it's something we could build on and kind of
and just rumor the truth.
Yeah.
Right?
Win back in a less risky way, in a less obviously like a move way to people. Just start the murmurings of the help that people will start to see.
I think a solid +1 idea becomes a +2 idea with something like rumor thrown on there.
Could we argue that it could maybe become a +3? I am a bard.
Oh,
I have a lyre. I can make music of your adventures.
Because you're a new character for this, the answer is obviously yes, but I'd also would have you roll for it to see how good the performance was.
That's fair.
which could take the +2 back to a +1.
Never mind.
Don't ruin this for us.
I do have fate dice, so I can choose the outcome where he performs the best.
amazing. Okay.
I'm hearing a lot of good ideas. Anything else?
Yeah, mine I think is pretty straightforward and powerful. So I think rumor to help with that kind of stuff.
Yep.
I've also got Moonbeam and Zone of Truth. And I've got the little doppel detector too. So I think between Moonbeam and Zone of Truth, that's going to be a pretty big, kind of investigative technique. And Dream Glimpse too. Yeah. Just different people around the street.
Now, with so many good ideas, one thing that should be clear for you all, I'll allow one intentional countermeasure per week, right? So you're going to focus on spreading some rumors / performance. Awesome. It's not going to be additive or cumulative with any other things that you're doing that week, because then you can't do that again. Right? Then you got to move on to the next countermeasure, But it already sounds like you've got multiple weeks worth of countermeasures that will do some deductions to them and some additions to you all already.
Yeah.
Any other ideas?
Yeah, I was just like wondering, since I already kind of know what a lot of the doppelgangers taste like.
Yeah.
And
casual things.
Casual things. Just minor bloodbaths. And I don't like need to sleep. And I now, with my new class, I can lurk real good.
Yes.
So I'm kind of wondering, like, maybe while everyone else is getting like their super, super necessary rest, if I like don't have stuff to do, I just go through the town and maybe take a little sip of people who look suspicious, and then get them if they, just to trust but verify.
You had me until that part.
Well, like, because like
I saw them pull a straw. That wrong.
Well, just like get a snack.
Mosquito.
Get a snack. Like, get them. Get a taste. See if they're a doppelganger, and if they are, kill them. And if they're not, be like, oh my bad.
Oops.
Forget you said I'm a doppelganger, and they're really bad, and they do. Yeah.
You know what I think I love, because I think the narrative aspect of it is so fucking cool. But I think I would want a weekly hunting check from Nim to see how your hunts went that week. And if your hunts went well, I would allow there to be a boon to your roll. And if the hunts went poorly, I actually probably wouldn't even. It's honestly, it's for free.
Yeah. Okay.
Because even if the hunts go poorly, you would just have the choice to. Shit! You gotta die now. I gotta kill you real quick. Hold on. I'm so sorry.
Sorry.
So there's really no negatives that I see for Nim doing
just
this.
The occasional innocent bystander.
Just the occasional innocent.
Okay, great. Could and for that, like, because she, like, I could maybe use one of my new vampire things, which is where I get to remember a past skill.
Cool.
Yeah. So
you want lore, hunting of the innocent.
Yeah. I've done that a lot. Yeah, don't worry about it, guys.
So as far as
fair, I love that.
As far as propaganda goes, if I were to write the story of what happened in the sewers and the switcheroo and disseminate that as like one of my stories, would that count towards helping with the doppels?
I think I would allow that for 1 week as well. I think that would be something that would give you all positive rolls.
Cool.
Yay.
Okay, you all got a lot of really good ideas.
Thank you.
For whenever Castore is going to broach the castle, I do have that sweet pass without a trace I can help out with.
Oh.
Okay. So I think that's more of like a late gambit type thing.
If there is a final aspect of subterfuge to get into whatever their final base or stronghold is, that seems like a way to really slam that shut, lock it up.
Okay.
Anything else?
Let's roll.
This is the ideation stage.
Yeah.
Then we're going to start cooking through weeks.
Should we maybe should we plan the order? Like, maybe we start with a trap and then move to propaganda, then plant? So people believe us?
Yeah, I think plant growth a little bit makes sense too, because it's a little safer for folks.
I do have a mechanical question.
Yes.
How does your feature work with the reroll, D20s?
Like the aura?
Yeah.
So at the beginning, when I use that ability, I roll a number of dice equal to my proficiency bonus. So we don't know if they're going to be good, and it has to be somebody within 15 feet of me. So if I'm traveling around,
15 feet?
Yep, with Ajax.
So
it's an aura.
2. I understand.
3, 4.
Yeah, Roger's in there.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this before it possibly gets broken. Right? We're going to treat that ability over the course of the entire minigame.
Right.
So you can roll the dice now if you want.
Sure.
And then you'll have that many that you can choose to use throughout all the weeks, but you're not going to get 3 every single
Yeah.
And we definitely don't get to replace our actual roll with them.
Okay, so I got a 15, a 13, and an 8. And to emphasize again, this is for a minute.
Yeah.
with somebody basically next to me. So
sounds very
I have,
situational and skill based.
Right. It literally would be for something like if we're performing, you hit a wrong note, I go, ooh.
No, you didn't.
I do have one more ability as a reaction, but that's getting too into the weeds. So we'll say I get 1 help.
Yeah. I will become more amenable to your pleas as you all fail multiple weeks.
But the 15's good. So, and I have an 8. So if we're infiltrating and I want to make somebody look stupid,
All right. Let's try this. Let's see how this goes. Week
I rolled
1. First things first. This is how we're going to go through this process. For week 1, I want to go around the table and I want to hear. Are you helping? Or actually, there are 3 options you all could be aware of, right? Are you helping? Are you pursuing your own personal endeavors? Or are you attempting to multitask? Okay.
I'm helping.
Helping.
Helping. 4.
Helping.
5.
Helping.
6.
Helping.
7.
Like, oh,
You don't have an option. You kind of have to help because your boss / best friend.
That's true. My bestie, my BFFFF forever.
Was pretty much like, yeah, go help him out. And then,
Is Castor your dad?
Yeah.
No.
Are you his dad?
No.
Now that we have that out of the way.
I need to make it very clear. Ajax appears as very feminine and masculine. They are gender queer. Their pronouns are they, them.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you for the clarification.
And what is beneath their mask?
Mystery.
Does Ajax know?
Every time Ajax is in the room, Icarus is looking at Jabani like, you're not going to make a mass comment.
All right.
Nope, you're fine.
I like yours better.
Moment of truth.
You all have elected for all 7 of you to help for this week. So you're already at a +7. There'll be a little bit more math and a little bit more notations for something like this. But now you all get to choose. What countermeasure would you like to be using or focusing on this week?
Trap.
Can we get like 1 positive and 1 like negative, like for them? Like
that seems like a remarkable increase in absolute value of difference between them.
It does.
Yes. It does.
Yeah, exactly.
I will say this. I'm not against it. However, I think it's going to be on a case-by-case basis. You choose 1 countermeasure, and if I'm like, ooh, I can see a case for how that not only helps your cause by bringing more people to you, and also hurts them, then I might consider it. For this one, it seems very trap-based, trick them. We're luring them to. For that,
before they realize that we are hunting them back.
I'll tell you right now, I'm going to give them a -2 for that because that's a hard, easy sell for them, right?
Sweet.
They're going to be like, oh shit, yeah, we know for a fact they were just wrecked from this fight. They might still be alive, but it makes sense that they hold up. That's a great thing to do week 1. So I'm going to give them a -2.
Great, and I'm going to hold off on hunting them until we spring the trap, so they think we are weak and sad.
All right.
Yes.
Are one of those.
Some of us are sad.
They're rolling with a -2. You all are rolling with a +7. Before we resolve this is the order. Orders. We're going to do all the adding and subtracting, and then I'm going to ask 1 time. Do you think there was anything unique or special or of note that happened this week that you could explain just in like a sentence or 2? If it's even necessary. It might not be necessary, but maybe this could be a time where like Icarus is like, well, I was actually pretty interested in Ajax, and like we pulled aside and we had a conversation. I think it would have been about this. We can still insert that. We might just not run through it in entirety.
Sure.
Do you think anything of note happened that first week?
Yeah. I think Silas and Castore definitely got off on the wrong foot, and I think working towards a common goal might be beneficial to their conversations in the long run.
Castore would offer you several sprigs of the branches that he had been giving and handing out to the children and placing on their heads like crowns. And he would say that this was from back home and that you're more than welcome to have them. So you can add 3 Fey branches to your inventory.
Thank you.
Ooh.
Anybody else?
That's cute. I would reach out to my network of spies/brothels. And I send a couple of questions, missives, just to the various locales. And also I'm going to be carrying Kennedy's vial of blood, just like on me, so I know.
Okay.
Take it out and check on it.
Shake it every now and then.
Yeah.
One other thing for week 1?
I try to get to know everyone, but it's very obvious I'm very socially awkward.
This conversation spins around, changes mask.
I have a feeling because of the comment that Jubanu made first that every time Jubanu talks, if he turns away and he looks back, it's just the mask that looks like I'm threatening you, but you can't tell why.
Where did you get that mask? That's hyper specific.
Yeah.
All right.
I think they just made it.
Speaking of masks, real quick, I would be like, kind of like tracing the mask, tracing the horn, tracing the mask, tracing the horn. Does the mask come off?
The mask does come off.
Okay.
The presence and the feeling of something else entering into your mind the first time it was put on does not fade.
Gotcha. Wonderful.
I would ask, speaking of which, I would ask Enoch to identify my robe, the black robe that I took to cast Identify. So I can be like, what is this?
Yeah. The simple answer, without getting too much into the weeds right now, is that it comes back as an artifact level magic item, and that it was not able to be fully identified.
404.
Yes.
Shit.
We like it.
Yeah.
Let's roll!
I'm definitely going to take it off.
Who wants to roll first? The presence and the aspect of the whispers that entered into your mind when the first time you put it on does not fade. Crap. Who wants to roll for you all?
Adam, you want to do this one?
Yeah,
It's your plan.
Your plan, you got this.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, unless it's bad. And then it's your own
We blame
fault.
it on you.
Yeah.
And it's a plus
That's how this
7.
works.
You all have a +7.
And they only have a +3, right?
Correct.
We got it. Okay.
No whammy, no whammy, no whammy, no whammy.
Oh, we get to roll the
Yeah, the die.
What'd you get?
the weighted die.
Well, I mean, I didn't roll it, but
Roll it!
but it's okay. I've touched it now. I've touched the magic rock.
You got this.
25.
25. Unless it wasn't a natural. Unless
No.
Okay. Week 1. You all are victorious in your endeavors. The plan goes off without a hitch. They bring an overwhelming number. Keep it actually, because I'll have you all pass it around to roll with that. They bring an overwhelming number of guards and individuals with them. Simply because they believed that this was a quick end. You do a significant blow to them. You would recognize that they had brought a decent chunk of their militaristic force, a number of guards and high noble guards. Very few of the actual citizens were part of that raid that got brought forward to you all. Okay?
Is the one that stabbed Misa there?
The one that stabbed Misa isn't there. I know. Stay with me on that.
That's if we get to week 6.
The boss steps out.
Goat sticker, my
Now for
lucky
the bad
spear.
part, right?
Now for the bad part.
Wait, I thought there were no consequences in week 1.
We're rolling on a
right.
D20, right? So it's only if we get 1 through 6, right? Right.
The bad part for week 1 is that there are no consequences.
Yay.
Bad for me. There are no consequences for you all staying for 1 week. This is the concept of they can only get so far, they can only do so much in 1 week. Moving forward, every week that you stay, we will be rolling on the detriment tables. At the end of week 1, a couple of things happen. Castori and some individuals would come up and they would explain that they've continued moving forward in the excavation of the cultist lairs. And they bring 2 items. They bring what looks to be a book or a journal up that you would recognize because it was in your vision. And they would also bring a chest between them that you all collectively, except for Ajax, would recognize as the properties of the Tristarum family only had been brought up here.
Right.
Oh, wow.
My journal! Give me that! I'm gonna snatch it.
They have no idea. They're like, essentially just like, hey, this is all we found this week. They plop down the chest. They throw the journal on top of it. You rush over there and snap it.
I knew they took it. Well, which one did they take?
You open it up immediately, and there is some writing that's been inscribed in the front of this, in the book itself. It says the following. It says, an individual was killed attempting to spread the secrets of the keepers. They sent agents to search their study and other haunts to determine if anything of import had been stashed away. Luckily, we had a member on the inside that was able to make off with this book before the keepers could find it. It seems to be a cipher of some kind, one of a series. Our time spent unraveling it tells that it must be part of a larger group. You have to have more to actually be able to solve this. We believe this would provide us insight into the Keeper's next moves. However, the effort has not yielded any results. Look to destroy at first availability.
Ha! Chicken scratch. Dummies. Close it and put it away.
Would you say or do anything with it beyond that?
No, I'm just putting it in a very safe place. I'm not saying anything to anyone.
Okay, awesome. You would watch as Karnath, who is again around as necessary, but seems to be spending most of their time assisting with Lord Desta. Karnath would come up, and as Karnath walks just near the chest would and pop open. And those of you, you'd probably be around it.
Yeah.
Inside the chest, there is a book. That is all that is in there. It is, sunk down a solid 2.5 feet into the bottom of the chest, just sitting there, right? It is a remarkably plain book. And you would watch as Karnath, just second nature, well, it's open now, and it reaches in there and grabs it. And
Could have been trapped, Karnath.
He's already flipping through it. He's flipping through it. And the only thing that he would say, my dad had a book just like this. And as he's flipping through it, those of you that are looking there, it is there's no cover, or there is a cover, but it's blank. Back is blank. All the pages appear to be blank.
Is it?
Is it a coloring book?
Well, I guess it could be. Anything could be a coloring book.
Does it look like an arcane tome or a theurgic librum?
We can Arcana check if you'd like.
Some kind of grimoire.
Yeah.
I will add my theurgic insight.
Appropriate for you.
Not a 1.
It's a yeah.
That'll be 23. 22.
Yeah, 22 or 23. Both pretty good. What'd you get?
Oh, he had a 22.
Undoubtedly, it is first and foremost quality book, right?
Wow.
Great book.
Tasteful thickness of it.
Yeah.
The lack of font.
It is definitely what could be considered a grimoire, and with the roll of above 20, it would also be something that would be considered like artifact level magical item.
Okay, a grimoire is in a Slayer grimoire or a warlock
grimoire in something that is expanded in the larger usage of the word, like an arcane tome, a text. Okay. The ways that the Slayer's grimoires are arcane tomes, or they are magical tomes, but it's not a Slayer's grimoire.
Okay.
So maybe the appropriate term is like there are grimoires and there are Slayer grimoires.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'll inform those interested.
Wonderful.
Ooh, vellum!
Yeah.
Look at that.
May I see that, Connor?
Well, why not? It's just a blank book. I mean, I want it back though because it's a good memory of my dad because he used to have one. You know what I mean?
Oh my god! I'm just wondering if maybe this is his. And then I want to see run through the normal ways of trying to wake up a grimoire and just press the key, see if it's is it a key turn? You press the button.
No matter what you do, Nim, absolutely nothing happens. You go through every one of the tricks of the trade, everything that you've experienced, everything that seems like this should be working. This should be working.
Nim, I think you're gonna have to marry into the family if you want to read that.
He's a little young. Do you
Dwarf elf.
I'm like 40.
Yeah, but Nim's 1,000.
Yeah.
Well,
you look good for your age.
Yes.
Oh, thank you. That's pretty nice of you. I just want to say, it's really nice having you around.
She's only 80.
You look like you seem like a good person.
As I'm just wearing the mask that just has the permanent smile, and I just...
He just matches it. Okay, I want to take that back now.
Oh, great. Can I try just one more thing? Can I just have a tiny drop of your blood? Will you just put it on the grimoire just to see if it recognizes
I'm going to take the book from Nim and hand it back to Karnath.
Karnath, just try just a little bit to see if it recognizes you. Just
Nim.
this isn't for me. This is just
maybe.
Hey, I'm always looking to help out a friend. If you want me to go cut myself whenever I go back to my room, I'll do that for you.
Just a little pin.
No, don't do that, Karnath.
Karnath.
Now you've got a 100%
What
chill
did your
right now.
father think of their book?
Well, it was really weird because he used to read it, but there weren't any words in it.
This is 5-5.
Karnath.
Violet?
I think you should hold on to that, and when you're concentrating on trying to figure that out later, just remember him.
What's the verdict on the blood?
No blood.
I wouldn't do that.
Can you hold the book up so we can all see the pages?
Mine didn't need
Just
blood.
hold it in the air.
Try it, Connor.
Can any of us see anything on
There's
the pages?
nothing in it.
None of
Yeah,
us.
I'll
Okay.
hold up my grimoire and say, well, mine didn't need blood.
Typically, these types of books are very much bounded to the user.
I'll hand it over to Karnath.
In a very, so in a way that I can only imagine is like somewhat offensive to Nim. Karnath would be like, "Oh, I forgot that you had a grimoire. Maybe I'll come talk to you about books later." And there's an exchange here.
I like pause, and I like, yeah.
Okay, cool. We'll have a little book club or something. And it continues. You all got the book that had been from one of the early on visions, and it seems like this chest, which only unlocked with the Tristarum family, goes through. Two books have been awarded. Two books have been awarded on week 1 when there were no drawbacks. You all won. And with that, let's move on to week 2. Same exact process. Let's go through and get orders first. We'll start over here again. Are you helping? Or are you working on a personal endeavor? Or are you going to attempt to multitask?
We get one multitask for free?
You get one multitask for free. +0. Which it is a +0, but there's no additional negative there. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll continue to help.
1. Help. 2.
Help.
3.
Help.
4.
Help.
5.
You know my answer.
6.
You know I need someone. Help.
7. Yeah, I give you 6.5. No, 7. Amazing. All right, 7 helpers. All right, really dedicating yourself to and saving Port Haven from the brink after a powerful week 1. What is your week 2 countermeasure?
We spread in mistruths, or truths in this case.
Yeah.
I was thinking maybe like having perhaps captured 1 or 2 from the other zone of truth, them maybe found out some other hideouts or some bigger high-ups. Maybe we ride the like aggression wave and just start like and just hit him really hard with moonbeams.
Keep him on the back foot.
Yeah, keep him on the back foot, and then maybe save the propaganda for week 3.
Sounds good.
Nice. I'm hunting.
Pass this to
Yeah.
So what I'm hearing is propaganda. Or, excuse me, not propaganda. What I'm hearing is you're going to push the offensive, right?
Yeah.
So maybe you were able to capture a couple of them from week 1. You're going to try to get some information out of them, right?
Yep.
All right. Here is what I'm going to do, though, because I'm going to give you all an opportunity for this to be good. And you're also going to be doing some hunting this week. So that this could be huge. Did you have something before I reveal?
Oh, I also have Zone of Truth. I also have Detect Thoughts. I'm a very good interrogator. Won't come up again after this, I'm sure. But
I'm about to ask for a roll.
Okay.
I would like to yes and to this plan.
Yeah.
So if we're going to keep riding the aggression train, you're going to be hunting and we're going to send out strike teams. I do have doppelgangers locked down into my grimoire.
Ooh.
So I do my Slayer's Resolve, which is like a combat preparation, and I would love if I could share like just a partial benefit of that for the crews that we are sending out.
Here's what we're going to do. Here's I think how we're going to rule this. I'm hearing that we want to interrogate and all that comes with that to get information out of individuals.
Poke here.
I want to be clear here, because when I hear you all say interrogate, and these are individuals that are more than happy to die for the cause, I want to be clear. Are we torturing individuals? Are we killing them when they do not reveal information?
Well, with Zone of Truth,
torture no.
Yeah. So no torture, but I feel like with Zone of Truth, they have the option to be silent.
Correct.
But I'm thinking if I can be tricksy about it, if they don't know.
Oh yeah.
Detect thoughts, and if they don't know they're in a zone of truth and they try to blurt out a lie, the first thing they'll say will be a truth accidentally blurted out.
Real quick.
Yeah.
I want to share. The line of reasoning goes remarkably well for any other creature that doesn't have innate detect thoughts, which means that they've been able to do this from a very early age, which means that they are masters of this and the practices of shutting down and thinking of nothing and cutting off that hive mind mentality.
Yes, and to piggyback off that, unfortunately for that, that is normally a conscious decision, right? And that being the operative word. And we have somebody who doesn't need to be in the conscious realm. And as far as I understand Zone of Truth, it doesn't matter if you're conscious or not while you're in it.
The question then becomes, are you having a conscious thought, or are we somehow using detect subconscious thought?
I think Adam's saying I can hop into one of their dreams.
Yeah.
And try and like do some reconnaissance that way.
Knock
get
them
some
out.
information.
I can give
knock him out, get into
Jabanu the wand if he needs to do detect thoughts himself too.
So far, the knocking them unconscious and getting into the dreams will probably net you the best positive gain here. Because I don't see a way that there's a remarkable positive gain for just Zone of Truth and questioning. Because they say nothing, and then they're also remarkably resistant to basic detect thoughts. But you want to go in their dreams? I don't think they're ready for that.
Okay,
Special skills, Jabanu.
Yes. Dream time.
Okay. So with that, I'm actually not going to ask for a roll. I was going to ask for like an interrogation and like intimidation roll to see if that went well for you all. I'm going to already say
Tell
that
me
right
everything
now.
now.
Yeah, literally. I'm just curious if y'all just like shit the bed on that, right?
Please share.
That's a really clever idea. So that's going to be a +2 by itself. But I'm going to have you go ahead and give us this hunting roll.
Great.
Now, what I think makes sense, you were able to get this very specific, like additional vampire-like skill, vampire lore.
Yeah.
In my mind, it kind of makes sense for this to be like a hunting, tracking, like lore that you have. But what's your sell?
I think it's like that. I think it's just, back from maybe before she had learned to integrate a little more gently into society. Yeah, just to return to earlier, more fun times.
Your college years.
Yeah, exactly. Beta Kappa or whatever. Yeah.
I'll let you nestle this under either wisdom or intelligence whenever you make this. So.
Yeah, that's going to be intelligence. So thank you, though.
No problem.
Yeah, great. And then what sort? And then it'll just be straight check or.
Well, you're going to be proficient in it. You've gained the proficiency in this skill.
Lovely. Okay,
add your proficiency bonus, your intelligence modifier to your d20.
Beautiful. It shall be so. Okay.
DC I'm setting for this is 14.
Okay, great. It's a 13 on the die.
Okay.
So, yep, we're good.
I'm going to bump this with the additional week of hunting. You're going to have an additional +3 to this week's roll, which is substantial, right? I'm going to be making mine at a +5. You all are going to be making yours at a +10. Okay?
Yep.
Roll it.
Go ahead and roll it.
You got this.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are there any other pieces of note or things that are important for this week, you think? Yes?
Ajax, will be asking Silas about very just standing over asking you about events of how your party came together to meet, and then also details, not incredibly detailed details, but details about each party member, personality types, anything to look out for, anybody not to trust.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh, man. All right.
Let's stir the pot.
We're not going to get into specifics. That's literally all I'm looking for. Amazing. It's been noted. Silas assisted. Okay. I've been keeping track of these fuckers' weaknesses since the beginning. Now
You too, huh?
I do have Batman plans.
Yeah. All right. Make the roll.
All right. Getting into your dreams. All right. I rolled a 13 for a total of 23.
It is still possible for me to win. And I got a 22.
Yes!
How do ties work in this?
We break ties. We have more people.
Yeah, we meet it. Right? We meet it.
Players win.
We need to.
Just like initiative ties.
We meet it.
We do
Week two, you all have won. You've had 2 victories in saving Port Haven.
The big one.
And it's a big, to get 2 right out of the gate, that's a huge deal. Because now, next week, even if you lose, it doesn't feel quite that bad. You got a little bit more flexibility. However, there are a couple things. Before we get to the minor detriment table, I'm going to tell you what happens.
As opposed to the moderate and major.
Yeah. By the end of this week, Lord Jukari has taken a group of individuals that Castore has provided, and they have made, and I would probably say that, again, beneficial, I will say that you probably were able to aid and help, but you'll still be able to use Pass Without a Trace, your earlier idea again, but they would ask for it this time as well as some of the benefit from the doppelganger information from the grimoire. Jukari led a small contingency of individuals up to South Point Keep. Because they had received intelligence that they'd been using that as one of their primary bases of operation. After it had been abandoned, they had then reclaimed that appropriately and made their way down to the vaults below. And with knowing that the wards would have been fallen, with Lucius having been deceased, that there'd be no other form of protection down there. And they were not positive if Lady Ari would have been aware of that. And only a member of the royal house, the royal family, beyond the wards, can enter in. So we know for a fact that she was there, but she wouldn't have known what was happening on the outside. So Lord Jukari makes a desperate play to get in there. Castore would lose a few individuals in this. Jukari, there would be a fight up there as well. But Lady Ari would join you at the end of this week.
Cool.
Yeah. In Carnath's. And
additional +1.
Okay, great.
Or 3.
She's like
almost
high.
As soon as Lady Ari rejoins,
Yeah.
there seems to be some type of change in Lord Desta's states.
Ooh.
He's still in a catatonic state, but he is, he's stirring a bit more, and Carnath seems to feel like he's got a closer connection to him. He says that he's able to feel him and read him a little bit more.
Wife smell. I get it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's now time for us to make our first roll on the minor detriment table. Who would like to roll?
Bad things are happening, I think.
Who would like to make the bad roll?
I'll do it.
Yeah.
All right.
D6. D6, please.
Why is it going to be a 6?
That's a 6. Why'd you guys let me roll?
How could you betray us?
Ajax!
Because you weren't on the shit list yet.
Hold on.
Ajax.
Minor detriment roll on a roll of a 6. The following 3 things happen. The primary outcome. A minor settlement has already been overwhelmed. There's an additional 5% reduction in Castore's overall crew and team, and the overworld threat level of all future encounters that you will experience while traveling abroad has increased by 5%.
No.
You're so welcome. I made the game more.
Not a 5% increase in overworld.
And you did that all with a
Why are you still wearing the happy mask?
Oh shit. It's a mask and it looks like it already has a hand doing this. Oh my god.
My bad.
You bastard.
Roll 1.
For the audience at home, because this was going to be such a mechanics heavy session, I sent some of the rules and the mechanics to the players ahead of time. However, I kept one thing secret. And didn't tell them at the end of every single week, at increasing roll table power, you have one roll on a magic item table.
Sonar.
So it's a good thing?
We're going to start at a very low magic item table 1 from the Vault of Magic here.
Treats
and
for the players?
for every week that you remain, I'm going to increase the rarity chances of you getting something of particular note. So if you stay for all 6 weeks, it could get really powerful.
Sick.
So who would like to
Let's go gambling.
Who would like to roll for the magic item?
Not me.
Do you want to get back in my good graces?
Yeah.
Roll well.
Roll well.
Please roll a D100.
Okay. Hang on, I got it.
A 6.
I gotta go fishing.
Yeah, you gotta go fishing.
Hey,
Magic item table number 1.
don't touch
Not
that
that high,
fishing
not
pole.
that great, not that powerful, but
That's not
items are
yours.
magic items.
Magic items are delicious.
Okay.
Off-brand
Everclean
potions.
socks.
Hold on, shit, I'm gonna write that.
Yeah, honestly.
59.
59.
So close
All
to
right,
the
let me
funny
go to my
number.
notes. Let me go to my notes so I can add this in appropriately because there's so many things to track now.
It now only says AJ.
Rolled a 6 on the bad. Sad phase.
My bag here.
No. Good point, Ajax. Terrible.
And you rolled a
That's it. You know
59.
what? You're AJ right now.
Yeah.
You rolled a 59 on table 1.
Don't roll bad.
A lesser known position.
Yeah.
Interesting. We're not going to explain what they are. I will tell you what I'll tell you what the names of them are.
Okay.
But we will do any identification or things afterwards. They bring back an item that is known as a commoner's veneer.
Wow.
Ew.
Commoner's veneer
It's like some teeth.
is what they bring back with that roll of,
It's just
of a
bug
59.
teeth.
Yeah. They got into the truck stop on the way there.
Who did you take this from?
Hey.
All right.
It works as a disguise self, but just your
2
devil.
wins. You gained a commoner's veneer.
Oh, a different guy.
We move on to week 3.
Yeah, thank you.
First things first. Who's helping? Who is pursuing their own personal endeavors? And who is attempting to multitask? We start over here once again.
Enoch, you want to go be Death Robot?
Yes, I do.
I'm helping.
Help. 1.
Help.
2.
Help.
3.
Helping.
4.
Help.
Yeah.
You know my answer.
6.
Contractually obligated.
Hell.
Yeah,
7.
AJ.
7. Okay. All right. And again, another 7. I'm going to be honest with you all. I anticipated a couple of individuals to take me up on the downtime crafting or skills development.
But if we can get 3 in a row.
But if you can push for 3,
Yeah.
it makes so much sense. Okay. All right. So you all for week 3.
Prophecy.
Everybody's helping. What countermeasure do you think you're going to push for week 3? Sell me on something.
This is propaganda.
Can I petition that if we're trying to get the killing blow on them, then we want to try to track them to their lairs, to strike them where they live by following the ley lines. And then if we win, or if we don't, even if we don't, then we could try to rehabilitate our good name.
I think I like that.
Okay.
We're on the warpath right now.
I think we're just. I think it's like maximum aggression.
Doubling down on the offense.
You mean proportional response?
Doubling down
To
on
the ley
offense.
lines.
We're going to focus on the areas which have already been mapped, mind you. That's important to know. Like, we've done that research already. So you know where those houses are, and you know where they connect, and you already know where the nexus point is, too, because, fun fact, you all just fought it, and your son went for a swim in it. Right?
Yeah.
So you know where they all converge. Yeah, so sorry. Yeah,
so my buddy
Kennedy.
Kennedy left.
So I think that's very reasonable. I think a combination of continuing the offensive and then following up with some appropriate placement of the propaganda flyers as you reclaim some of those areas gets me at a pretty solid +2 for you all's roll again. Sounds pretty good to me.
Yeah.
And I'll continue hunting.
I am going to rule.
Okay, that's fair.
That works
That's
for
fair.
1 week.
Love it. Okay,
One
great.
endeavor.
That's fine. That's fine. Yep.
+2 versus what you've all got going. So you're going to be rolling at a +7, +9, and I'll be rolling at a +5. Who is making the roll this time?
Joe.
Joe.
Pass it down.
Hopefully I can get some of this
No.
magic from my favorite dice over here.
Before we make the roll, are there any other things of note or import that happen? If it was a 1, you have to keep it. No,
It wasn't a 1, although it was close.
Things of import or note?
You go first.
I actually wanted to seek Nim out just throughout the week and just be like, hey, so Did you know about any of that stuff Kennedy was talking, or Arden was talking about with Kennedy? Like, just kind of, who's the Shield Pikes? Who's,
No, Kennedy, yeah, right. Kennedy didn't really, like, talk. We didn't talk
Never heard of
about
Amberseen?
She signed an NDA.
What?
The name Amberseen.
Would you have maybe said it in your sleep?
You knew no.
No, okay.
You knew that I was after someone, and you know that I want to kill her, but you don't know her name.
I can't say I recognize the name.
But you said it out loud when we were underground, right? That you were gonna go. You were trying to kill her.
Arden did.
We know that now.
Oh,
I'm just
okay.
asking if
Nim
Nim had
never
ever
knew.
heard
Okay.
them talk about it.
Yeah, no, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I just never, no name.
Just looking for leads.
Of course. Oh, do you know?
No, I'm looking to find Kennedy.
Oh, really? Because it seems like you're kind of fixated on that. Yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting line of reasoning. You know, like what?
You don't know that.
I don't know. Okay. I'm sorry. I wish I had more to help, but like, no. Kennedy. I'll check out. He seems like a little. How do you think Kennedy's feeling?
He's
right
still
now?
pretty mad.
He's looking.
Yeah, it's
pretty
been 2
upset.
weeks, almost 3.
Yeah. Wow. He's looking like he's been mad for a while.
Yeah, he's a very angry boy.
He's an angry
longer
boy.
than I knew Kennedy.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh wow.
Like this.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god.
He always laughs at my jokes. Or they always laugh at my jokes.
So
Yeah.
Well,
They go.
I don't know. I'll think of anything. I do know he did seem anxious to find someone.
Arden, probably.
Possibly. I mean, he
And this
liked.
Amberseen.
You remember the woman that we sort of how do I put this, ran out of town, right? I can
Oh
say
my
that now,
gosh,
we're
that
cool.
was such a commotion.
It really was. It was
Weeks
so
ago.
cute. Anyway, that Kennedy recognized the coat. The coat, yes. So I don't know, I have no idea. Anything, I don't know. You know, yeah.
Hopefully
He didn't really
my daily
talk about it much.
Hopefully my daily cryptograms will cheer him up.
Every time I'm working on something, just like, damn.
I feel like they do. You should send as many as you can.
Only one a day.
I had to send a howler.
Did I get one that said
You attempt to find information.
no,
We also know for a fact that Nim doesn't have the information that you seek, but there's something there.
There's always something there with Nim.
Make the roll.
Let's do it.
Oh, can I do one other thing?
What do you have?
I just wanted to talk to Lady Ari.
Of course.
Just like about, I just
You
want
know
to
what?
check
Also,
in.
Carnath Book Club.
Wait, and
Carnath Book Club.
I'm also in Carnath Book Club, by the way.
I look so mad at you all. Anyway,
Sure.
Yeah.
Can Ajax also be a part of Carnath Book Club?
Yeah.
Carnath wants well there.
Except
He
him.
wants us all there. He wants us all there. It's on the tapes. He wants us all
You're
there.
all welcome to join the book club. Carnath
Great.
would never exclude people.
Okay,
I'm busy.
You want to talk to Lady Art?
I do. Yes, I just want to check in, see how she's doing, and also, I want to ask about Millie. I want to ask about the vault. I want to ask about the trident, because I did want, and I want to ask about the other artifacts at the houses. And just like start laying the groundwork. I don't need to get that all out right now, but just like start building that rapport for while we're here.
You're having this conversation
Yeah.
over the bed where Lord Desta is currently laid. And she is attending to him.
Yeah.
And she would tell you the following. She would say, I apologize if my husband kept information from you. However, we received a report from House Liren that they would like to inspect our relic of power. They said that something had been affected with theirs. They said that something had shifted or something had changed. There had been a disruption in the wards that they were using in keeping theirs secured. They were worried that the same thing could happen to ours, and knowing precisely what our relic is, we thought that would be in our best interest. Hence why it was moved from the vaults. Granted, at that time we anticipated House Liren to still be welcome in the city, but as you know, things changed quite rapidly from that point. If my husband led you astray on this, it was simply my assumption here, because at the time, he had no reason to believe it was going to be a concern. And by the time it was a concern, it was too late.
Of course, and who we were just a band of travelers passing through. Helpful, but this is good. Thank you for sharing this.
The book that you requested, I've kept on my person. She'd pull it out. And it would, for those of you that were in their room, whenever Lord Desta had pulled this book open and showed you all what the trident, the Weave Piercer, was, it's the very same book.
Great.
And she would offer it to you. And she would say, you may review this, supervised, while we spend time together here tending to Desta.
All right.
Knock, knock.
Knock, I was just getting somewhere.
And as there's a knock and Jabadu comes in, you all, mechanically speaking, I will over time let you gain information as you're reading by the end of this. Okay. And I'll share with you the rest of the items that are from the other high houses, the relics of power, right? There is one associated with each of the high houses. Okay. And you come in as something that you were going to be adding or doing?
We don't have to RP it, but I was basically going to offer to hop into Lord Desta's dreams, try and pull him out of the coma, see what I can find there.
We're gonna make this short because this could become something remarkably large, remarkably large. As you go into Lord Desta's dreams, you would find yourself in a monochromatic landscape that appears to have a series of buildings in various states of decay. And you would see that off in the distance there appears to be some ruins with whatever palisades on the outside of them being the most well-kept, and a gate, and that there is a figure.
Go that way.
A shadowy silhouette of a figure standing at the gate. And when you enter into Lord Desta's dream for the first time, you would see this and you would take this in and you would immediately be tackled, pushed down to the ground from behind, and there would be this makeshift sharpened stick that would be brought and poked into your side. And after a small scuffle, you would see what appears to be a much younger version of Lord Desta Esther's, very swashbuckler-esque from their pirate era.
Some of us are still in our pirate era.
Immediately recognize you and no longer have you in a threatened position. And a long story short is you could attempt multiple times to bring him out and to get him out. Every single time you attempt to do that or bring him near one of the thresholds, a door, something else that you would find, there would be a blast of energy coming out of the silhouette and you would be shunted out and Lord Desta would remain.
And I'm guessing I don't have any control or...
Absolutely zero.
So I'm just going to be like, something's keeping him in there. Yeah, he's in a weird, desolate landscape that should absolutely not be explored or poked around.
If you see a mysterious door, do not go into it.
All right.
But he looks good, though, just like I remember him.
That's true. Yeah, a much younger Desta.
Yeah.
It's time.
Okay.
Week 3.
After all those interruptions, I'm gonna roll
We've been
like
storing spirit bomb energy.
All right, here we go.
0.5.
Here we go.
Roll that.
Okay. 17 on the dice.
So that's
26.
26. It is impossible for me to win. There's some interesting things I might get. If I get a nat 20, I might be like, okay, some shit happens here, but I'm gonna roll anyway. And that's not gonna get me anywhere with the dirty 20. 3 weeks consecutive of consistent good ideas have led to Port Haven being saved. What that means is there is still work to be done. This means that people have to be reacclimated back into their homes. There are still so many things that have to be move back around. A terrible thing has happened in Port Haven over the past 4, 5, 6 weeks. And remember, there were so many things that were happening terrible before you all even got to this city that they have to recover and bounce back from. But the difference is that you all now get to be part of that rebuilding for the next couple of weeks as you want to, and it doesn't have to feel forced anymore. But before we move on to week 4, I need someone to please roll me a d6.
I'll do it.
This is still on the minor detriment table for week 3. We don't go on to moderate until next week.
Okay, here we go. 3.
With a 3, the following things happen. Primary outcome, that there is a cult spy placed in a house or location of importance somewhere of my choice.
Kai's like, I got a new roommate.
Why is he still alive? Why couldn't he have been adopted?
What this leads to is additional opportunities for risk of information leaks or misinformation. And the tertiary effect for this is sometime in the future of my choosing, I can lie about information regardless of the role that you all have. Now,
what? And that's a minor effect.
Yeah, that's a minor effect.
That's a mid-minor effect.
What I will, that'll be one clear-cut lie. To be fair about this, if this is something that is like story integral, I'm not going to feed you false information that changes. Like, where were we supposed to go again? Oh, you were actually supposed to go to this city, and I send you to this city instead. And then I just say, there's nobody there.
Like above table.
Right? I wouldn't do something.
Your life's like, guys, we're meeting Wednesdays now.
Hold on.
Shut up, Port Haven Falls.
That's good.
Real meta.
So it'll be something reasonable as this is on the minor detriment table, but I still get to lie about something of my choosing. That's remarkably juicy.
Love that for you.
So as we move on, you all are going to have the choice now of how much longer that you're going to be spending in Port Haven and what you're going to be doing. However, you all are owed an additional roll on the magic item table. Who would like to roll a D100? Someone who hasn't rolled yet.
Me.
Yeah.
48.
48.
That's pretty good. It's a pretty good number.
Okay. Again, I think you have a pretty good idea of what this is going to do whenever I describe this to you. First things first, let me add this. Rolled a 3 on the bad. And you rolled a... dun, 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 dun. Oh my goodness. A 48 on this. You gain something called the tonic of blandness.
Oh man!
I can't wait to tell you what that does.
Oh wow.
I'm scared. Are you gonna?
What does that magic taste like, Janu?
And as we move on to the final 3 weeks that they can choose to stay in Port Haven, I think this is where we'll take our break tonight. When we come back, we'll see if we focus on crafting, skills development, reacclimating folks to their homes in the city at large, and some other downtime effects that the party might get into. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone, as we find Port Haven saved. 3 weeks is all it took this party of adventurers.
Professionals.
With the help of Castori and Ajax.
Strike team.
Ensuring that there was a dedicated focus in the direction that we took. I'm gonna be honest with you, I should have expected this, but I didn't. I thought there'd be some subterfuge, I thought there'd be some slinking and some sneaking, but you pushed the offensive, and in those 3 weeks, you were able to drive out most of them. In the remaining weeks, mechanically, what I'm gonna be saying is, you all aren't needed as much. And there's still work to be done. So yes, but Castori only lost roughly 5% of their crew so far.
We made a good impression.
You made a great impression. 5% of the crew, which means they can handle a decent chunk of this, okay? They begin to expand and spread people out to other areas outside. They're trying to reclaim not only the city, but the area, routes of trade. So there's gonna be other skirmishes and battles that are going on. You all are just no longer at the heart of this anymore, which means you have a choice to make. And I would allow you all to have a conversation above table here. You've got 3 more weeks before Castori and the Gallant Gallanteers have to leave. They want to stay for 3 weeks. They want to continue to make sure that this place is put up well. They could be argued with to get them to leave on week 5, but even that mechanically I might lock behind a roll. So they might try to say like, okay, cool, if you want to leave, that's fine. We're going to travel faster than you, but you're going to be on your own for like that first week. We'll catch up with you later, type of thing. That's a choice for you all to make, but they want to stay here for 6 weeks, but you all don't have to stay for the entirety of that. A question.
Are we still rolling on that consequences table or no?
Every single week you stay.
Okay.
Even if we leave, we don't have to?
If you all choose to leave this city, downtime is over, the adventure continues, and you move on to the next thing. But for every week that you stay in this city, we are continuing to roll on this detriment table.
And the magic item table.
And the magic item table.
Even though I'm gonna still gotta sweat a little bit. I like it.
Not bad.
So again,
diabolical son of a bitch.
Yeah, I know. To make this like really like clean and concise is the reason they want to stay. The reason that they want to stay is they feel that if they leave the city just to, clean up itself without it being really solidified, what's to stop them from slinking in the back door and having a weakened city that they can just retake over just because you all leave right now, right? So they'd rather see a job well done and then leave a contingency of individuals behind, but they understand if you all have a different timeline, they're more than happy to meet up later. So the first question that I have for you all, are we staying for the entirety of week 4? We're still in a week system.
I think so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Knowing that we're staying for the entirety of week 4, we now have an opportunity. You all can explore your own personal endeavors, things that you want to do on your own, whether it's crafting or research or foraging or brewing potions or who knows, maybe even skill development. If you want to start the process of learning a new skill, learning a new language, getting some additional proficiency in some things, we can do that. So briefly, I'm going to go around and get what folks want to do. So week 4. Silas, what do you think your week 4 looks like?
I get my free multitask, so I think I'm going to do that. I'm still going to help Castori a little bit.
We're not going to be to make one thing clear. We don't have to do roll-offs anymore.
Oh. No, we just win.
You just win.
Yeah, so we win better because I'm going to multitask.
So you all don't have to choose if you're purely helping or anything else. They've essentially been like, okay, you've done more than enough at this point. Like, you all deserve the rest. You had the big fight with Delroth. You've got 2 to 3 weeks of downtime just on your own. So how do you spend the week? And if your week is still helping a little bit, that's okay. But is there anything else that you seek?
Yeah, so Enoch's been bothering me about how I treat my equipment and how it's in dire need of some sort of, I think he calls it maintenance.
Yes. Must be oiled.
Whatever that means. So I'll spend some time with him, but I want to start training, but I don't want to start training one of the things on here. I want to go off on my own.
Okay.
And I want to practice a little bit more of that thing that helped us out right at the end. I'm going to practice my void speech.
Interesting. Where do you? I need this is important for my notes. Where do you go when you're doing that?
I'm going to go to the beach where we fought.
Sick. Majira?
Yeah.
I had the exact same thought in my head. Like that's probably the only like good place to do it. And it's like so open, and also so powerful and so cool. That's badass. Okay. I'm gonna note this down.
It always feels good when your DM goes, "That's badass."
Yeah.
I imagine that while you're practicing your void speech, you're also like doing like Highlander shit on the beach.
That can be.
That's just
my kata.
That's my headcanon.
Okay.
He's emoting.
Yeah. Okay. I like that. I like that a lot. Noted. I'm going to move on and get everybody's orders. Icarus, what are you doing with your week 4?
I guess somewhat of a split. I do want to start spreading that propaganda because so far we've essentially black ops this whole doppelganger thing, and everyone still hates us. So I'm trying to move the needle back the other way. Be like, you know, in a bunch of different ways, disguising himself. Just, hey, I heard that, you know. That them's folks who we saw just murdered everybody. They're the ones who's helping us now. And then also like up in the high courts too, just yes.
I heard that there is rather a rambunctious lot.
But I'll recruit anybody who wants to help me with that. But I feel like with my skills, I'm good at navigating those different classes, so to speak.
I love it. I literally just wrote down Savile Fair.
Yeah,
And also I write down propaganda, which is not propaganda per se.
Yeah, but the like getting the word out there without letting me directly saying them. And then other than that, I'm gonna start the process of actually for the rest of this time working on my device. So I'll bring it up to Enoch and Nim, but you know, I'm like setting up my workspaces, and I also want to get more mobility in the town so I can use Iron Rod and whatever that guy's name was if I need to.
His name was Channing Datum.
Datum. If I need to, if Enoch's busy, I have another skilled craftsman to basically be my assistant.
I want to one thing that's really important to know. For week 4, I will allow you to really focus on like the information spreading and the Savile Fair and like building up and bringing your name back.
Yeah.
And you're prepping for week 5.
Correct.
Which is going to be creating and working on your device.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's mainly about making the city safe for us again.
Okay.
So that I can work on my project in peace.
Okay, I love it.
Yeah.
Nice. Ireless, what does your week 4 look like?
I ask Nim for a book of the flora and fauna of the continent of Veridia.
Oh, I'd paw through. I probably have like a book in there. Like, what do you want me to do? I can put it in order to interlibrary loan.
The OWL system delivers it to you.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking of a valid reason why you have it. It's not remarkably impossible for you to have this. I think that this is my cell. Tell me how far off I am. I think at first Nim would be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I don't have anything for that. All I have is this." And it's a book that is literally like the flora and fauna of Veridia. But like, it was just you had it because it was how you knew what to find for various poisons.
Yes, yeah. And also
great.
Kennedy
That's
got
what I want it for,
peckish.
too.
Yeah.
Right.
And then I'll offer to you and be like, "Oh, actually, Iris, you were like a little reluctant to help me. And so I'm just wondering, are we friends? Because I've given you information. I'm giving you a book. I'm helping. And I'm just curious because when push came to shove, you weren't comfortable. And I'll give you this. But just think about that, okay? Because I'm just wondering.
No, I'll think about it.
Okay. Yeah, you take your time.
Thanks.
Yep.
That will be to skill train flora and fauna for a week. And I would like to... at the end of the week, with the rumors spread, the propaganda, cast plant growth for 8 hours, an 8-hour casting time, which is the long version, and that will grow plants in a half-mile radius that will yield ×2 harvest for a year.
Whoa.
You would...
and I would go to the same place that Silas and I came in the gates.
Tanitha would be there. Tanitha was a member of the small council and would be remarkably grateful for that. That had I want to put a special note here. That is for a year, double the harvest. That will have benefits that will far exceed your time here. there's a potential for if and when you all come back to Port Haven, this will change the state that they're currently in.
Cool.
Assuming nothing happens to the crops.
Yeah. That's week 1.
Oh, that was his lie. It doesn't matter.
Oh, hey, we already have it out of the way.
Oh, yeah.
Enoch. Week 4, what are you doing?
All right. So, well, during the clandestine operations, there was a lot of violence that Enoch was doing. That felt, and during that, he was feeling out learning more about his capabilities, but that's still hurting people, even though they're bad people. Felt wrong. But now he needs to do something that feels right, which is killing things. And also, he's been thinking about his boy Kennedy. And something that he's been wanting to do, couldn't help but noticing the sorry state of his pistol from the moment that we met.
Damn it.
So on the first day, he is going to attempt to disassemble his Magitech pistol to access the power cell in order to take some of that, or at least reverse engineer it so he can apply some of that knowledge to Kennedy's should we find him.
Okay. Off the cuff, and there's going to be a couple of rolls that we'll do at the end of this week. I want you to just be thinking on this because it might affect you a little bit differently mechanically.
Okay.
Dismantling it won't be a problem. Putting it together could become a challenge, right? Because we don't know exactly what information you have and what information you don't have. So we'll let the die tell us how that goes.
And for the audience reference, the pistol that we're using uses the stab block for a pistol from the Dungeon Master's Guide.
So it could, I could see that this changes the damage die. Likely not for the positive if this goes south. But you will still get the information of taking it apart and the energy source and things like that. But it's like, mull that over as we go over the next couple things. Dismantling, focusing on lots of information gathering in that crafting process more so than anything else. Not building anything this week, or what do you focus on building?
Well, that's basically the first day, and then for the rest of the time, I am going to try to tinker with it by putting it back together.
Okay.
As well as honing my own blade. So if for people who are interested in watching this, we're getting these weapon modifications from the fine book, Vault of Spire Secrets.
So true.
I'm going to be modifying my armor, which is actually part of me.
Okay.
I'm also going to be trying to work on Silas's blade in order to make it a masterwork item.
Cool.
And then the remaining time will be used to try to put my own firearm back together.
Okay. Okay, so the week of dismantling and then doing some basic crafting as per your class allows. So we'll just spend a day, some time, some effort, and there's going to be some gold support that is already being provided to you all to make sure you get resources, right? So that seems
Sugar Mama.
really reasonable for a week 4. Nim, what's your week 4 look like?
I am going to help Icarus with rumor. I'm going to run that, and this is I'd like to multitask if possible. So I'd love to do rumor, and then I'd also love to just get as much information out of the book from Lady Ari under supervision as possible. Yep.
Okay.
Great.
Relics of Power.
Relics of Power.
Beautiful. Okay, great. Ajax.
What you doing?
Is there anything that you want to do?
Yeah, I will also help Icarus spreading the propaganda, but I also want to take time to be just a jester and entertain the masses, because what else am I good for?
The masses. I'll allow you to do this as if you were genuinely busking, right? There's a reclamation of this city, and there's lots of work being done, but there's also people who are remarkably distraught. And they don't have a ton of coin or money, but I can see somebody seeing what you're doing and being like, hey, we're so happy that you're here. This is on behalf of our community. We wanted to say thank you for providing support to our children or things like that. So we'll do a roll for coin. Okay. I'm all right busking. Okay. What are you doing, Jabani?
All right. Well, first, so the first few days, I'm going to, at long last, publish the True Tales of Silas the Slayer, Volume 1.
No better time to publish a book.
Yeah, no better time. Well, it's just a short story. It's almost like a pamphlet, like Volume 1, and it's about the locket, right?
Yep.
So that's and so I'm also going to spread a rumor. Basically,
people are going to be very confused.
Yeah. Well, no, it's going to be
whispering all the time.
Do I know that you're doing this?
I think you can probably figure it out. Yeah.
I think I come back one day and I hear the rumor.
So it's gonna be like Adelaide Corsair presents an exciting new story: the true tales of Silas the Slayer. Find it, for sale by the Desert Elf with the Purple Wagon. You can find it in the city by following a crescent moon kite. So wherever you see a crescent moon kite flying, that's where I'm selling it, and I'm selling it for cheap because I'm only selling it for a silver.
It's a dime store novel.
Yes, literally, just because everyone's having such a hard time.
Well, that's very nice
good.
too.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, well, because and it's more like disseminating it, and then later Volume 2 comes out, describing in exciting detail what happened with the doppelgangers in the sewer, and how our brave and amazing team, how while we were fighting them, there were imposters above, sowing discord and hurting people. Okay. And that's going to be Volume 2, so that's going to be for the first audience already reeled in.
Is Silas still the main character? The
Silas is still the main character. Yes, it's True Tales of Silas the Slayer, and his quote and his oddball friends.
So oh my god, yes. So for your first books were like pretty risque.
These ones are not erotic.
Okay. I was just curious.
Chelsea asking like a
Volume 3 though.
These ones are
the truer.
These ones
Silas the Slayer and the Iron Rock.
Silas visits the Iron Rock.
Silence at night.
Rule like.
So that's what I'm going to be. So that's what I'm going to be doing by day.
Okay. I love this.
And and I would love to RP a quick scene with Silas.
That was going to be my week 5.
Let's hear it.
Yeah. So I'm like.
So I follow a kite.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, come all. The newest story by Adelaide Corsair. The True Tales of Silas the Slayer.
Oh, no, because this is the same week that I'm practicing.
Mm-hmm.
So I probably have some injuries.
Oh god.
Yeah.
And, that beach is never going to be the same.
Yeah. Back into town, and people give you a remarkably wide berth.
It's going to be rough.
You probably.
I still have. I arrived. Session 1 is how I re-enter town every time, like full hood, everything.
You were probably on your way back to the tavern so as to not be seen by anyone, so as to not disturb them. And you can't help but cast your eyes aside and see and hear the crier saying what is happening here. But even if you have your hood up, you would still, some things that I will offer here to you, the veins of your neck coming off of your mouth, very Mouth of Sauron-esque. There's black veins coming around from the time that you've been practicing.
Whoa.
All right. The greatest slayer in Veridia, the Doppelbane himself.
What are you doing?
Folks, here he is.
Real quick, I need you to make some type of charisma check, please. I need to know how many people are here right now. Give me a persuasion roll.
Performance?
Give me a performance roll, yes.
Okay, because I have proficiency in performance.
Sure.
All right. Okay, so just a 13 total.
Just a 13. There's a group of 17 people around you.
Cool. All right, yeah. So yeah, we're passing on pretty well. All right. Say hi, Silas. Say hi to your fans.
I'm just gonna look up at Shaban with all of that going on.
I think like when you see under the hood, I think his countenance is gonna drop. You're not mad, are you?
I want to see. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Is that really him? Is that really Silas?
I'm gonna cast Pass Without a Trace, and I'm just gonna pull the hood, and I'm gonna try to just disappear.
He looks so much crankier than he does in the books.
I just want you to sign this, please.
Come back.
Misa. And I'm gonna steal Misa so I can get back faster.
I don't resist. I'm like, get him far away from me.
Silas. Misa takes Silas far away from here, circuit his way back to Oddballs threads. You're left with a group of individuals who look simultaneously like excited, and they were like, "Oh my gosh! Like, was that really him?" And they're asking you.
Yes, that was him. Did you see him melt like a shadow into the night, even here in broad daylight?
It was kind of hard to see, to be honest. It's like they just disappeared out of nowhere.
That's what he does.
Are you really friends?
We're the best of friends.
Wow. Love Jabanu.
And then somebody pushes through the crowd. Would you go on the record saying that? They have a little notepad and a quill in their hand.
Absolutely.
What was your name again?
Jabanu Al-Jisor.
Interesting. And how would you describe Silas the Slayer as a personal friend? Any other traits, quirks, things that I could put into a story?
Why, yes. I mean, how much time do you have?
I've got, mechanically speaking, all day.
Well, let's just say he puts on a big front, but he's really a big softy.
Oh my god.
Yes.
From Gooey Center, of course. What else?
He loves his grandma.
Loves older women. Go on.
Loves grandma.
He's great at cooking, right? He's a wonderful cook.
Doesn't sell. What else you got?
I mean, I've seen him, what he did to those doppelgangers. I mean...
Yeah, she called him the doppelbanger, is that right?
No, the doppelbane.
Interesting. You watch as he circles something.
Can this be part of the rumor? Does this come back to Oddballs? Doppelbanger
slips it shut. It disappears.
I've never let him escape that. It comes back.
Oh, well, I did great.
Oh, man.
Okay,
that's the end. What else you got?
At night, I am keeping Desta company in his dream. I'm going there not trying to get out, but just going there and sitting with him. And just so he's not alone. And in fact, maybe a few days in, can I make some kind of check? Because I can bring people into other people's dreams.
Oh.
I was thinking about taking Lady Ari in there, but could I make some kind of check on whether it's safe for her? Like whether she could get trapped in there too, using my sort of neuromancing
vibe.
Make a lore roll.
Dreams. Okay, I got a 15. And what would I add to that?
You can choose to nestle this either under intelligence or wisdom. You can be proficient in it.
I'll do wisdom, so plus proficiency, so that'd be plus 7. So that'll be a 22 total.
Okay, with 22, you know for a fact that there have been times and instances where other individuals have taken over your dream powers, right? You currently know for a fact that you don't have power over that space. There is an inherent risk to bring someone else. There's also an inherent risk every single time you go into that dream, right? That first one should have been quite telling that something didn't want you there. Continuing to go in is pushing your luck. Bringing Lady Ari would be taking on additional risk. And at the same time, there's something gnawing in the back of your mind that says, what if that's just what he needs?
That's what I'm thinking. I'm going to ask Lady Ari how she feels about it, whether she's willing to take that risk.
The moment you bring it up, she says yes.
All right. Here, just lay next to him. And I'll put you to sleep.
Okay. She says that's going to be remarkably hard.
Right. Oh, do other people need to be asleep for me to bring them in, or can they just go into like a meditation?
I think you could probably, she could probably go into like a meditative trance-like state, and you could take their consciousness.
All right.
Go into
your elf trance.
Right. She does lay next to him on the bed.
I kind of look longingly at the elf trance. Someday. All right, and I'm gonna bring her into the dream.
Okay. And we're gonna expedite this process because this is a big play that you're making here, and so many big things happened in week 4. I want to go through and reveal all the findings that happened from week 4 for you all. Silas, the additional connection maintenance that you're doing with your weapons is really being done and held by Enoch. So the void speech focus here is something that I think is the most unique focus for you. What I want you to do, you had already previously noted down that you'd done some specific research or observations of the void zone phenomenon. I want you to put an asterisk there and also begin to track your additional proficiency and practice with void speech. We will probably do this differently than our regular 10-week skill check. So continue to add there that we've had a little bit of knowledge with the void zone phenomenon, and we've also had some additional practice, 1 week's worth for the void speech. Icarus, you were working with the group on and off for some of the blending, the highs and the lows, right? You're able to see a lot of the shenanigans that the rest of the party gets into, and then you help to share some of that propaganda. The combination of what we're going to get to in a second with selling some light literature, with some busking and some joy happening on the streets, people are receptive to this version of things. Because it's important to be clear. You all were right when you said this earlier. If they would have continued to have won, right? If they would have maintained the majority, the lie only would have existed for as long as they had the majority. But the lie falls apart when they're no longer the majority holders. It takes off. I will say right now, with the combined efforts of the rest of the party, you probably don't need to do another week of that propaganda and information sharing because you're here. You're the ones who seem to be, well, of course, they were so kind, they were so helpful. Like, you would see a couple of individuals were swapping stories of things that they had just, guards themselves, right? Things that you all had done and they would keep saying, and they were only here for less than a week when all these things happened. That seems to be the theme, the thread that comes between all these stories. Regardless of all the cool things that you did, it's that they showed up out of nowhere and helped us. That's the grounding thing. Ireless, you are skill training.
Yes.
And you're doing flora and fauna.
I am.
Okay. And so make sure that you make a note that you have 1 week of that training, and then I've also made a note of the additional plant growth.
Awesome.
Enoch, I need a technomancy check from you.
Okay.
You got this.
Now, I'm going to set the DC before you roll. Dismantling's not the problem. Getting it back in working order is going to be the challenge. The DC is going to be 17.
Okay.
Right? So it's not impossible.
Yep.
You've got this. If you roll lower than that, I'm probably going to nerf the damage die.
It's all for you, boo. All right. That is an 18.
You had me nervous. You take it apart. You were able to begin the process over this next week of making sure that you put it back together correctly. It doesn't seem like, how should I phrase this? It doesn't seem like it doesn't seem like it's damaged per se.
Mm-hmm.
But mechanically speaking, I'm still going to take something from you.
Yep.
Okay? Because something's missing. Whether it's spirit or whatever art is part of crafting, something is lacking here. The person that built that the first time is not the person that just built it this time. So you're currently rolling a D10?
Yes.
I'm taking it to a D8
okay.
whenever you put it back together. Had it been lower, it would have been even further reduced.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So then one of the things that I'm doing is trying to, this is very unacceptable to him, even though I was trying to do a nice thing, but he's going to try to fix it.
Yeah.
But in doing so, I will increase the damage die, but I'm giving it the heat property.
Cool.
Which means that it can overheat.
Cool. Okay.
Sick.
You continue to tinker. You add some additional masterwork properties from the craftsman class of Valdas. You also will continue the next couple of things to add other things to your armor, and then also enhancing Silas's sword.
Yeah, so crucially, one of the things I'm doing is etching things in arcane runes into my chest carapace, which will give me access to wizard cantrips.
Beautiful.
Which I will reveal at a later time.
Wait, are you actually a wizard, or do you just think you're a wizard?
A valid question.
I am a wizard.
That's right.
I think Enoch could be a wizard.
I do not
Is the
think I am a
difference.
wizard.
Okay.
This is technology and magic.
Okay, you're able to accomplish the rest of the things that you want to tinker on and work on at no detriment, simply because doing basic masterwork crafting comes commonplace. What I'm really trying to get at is there's something you've lost for that techno-magical build, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's why there was a challenge there. Moving on. Nim. The combination rumor effort is what I've already taken into account for the support that I've shared for Icarus and for others, but I want to give you the information for the relics of power that you seek. You all already have the information for the weave piercer, which was the trident that you have now seen Arden take off with. I'm going to be revealing these slowly, because I'm going to say that there's so much lore and so much information about what they are. The second one that you would learn about, the one that you are now aware of, let me get to it. Oh my God. Okay.
I love that.
This is yes. You would be able to read about something that belongs to House Veridia.
Okay.
Is what it would say. And it would be known as the Heart of the Wilds. And it is described as a cloak. And it is described as a living artifact crafted from the essence of the wildwood. It would enhance natural magics, and it would allow communion with natural spirits, beasts, and even monstrosities and other aspects of this. It allows the wearer control over the natural world, whether that is to bring life or to end life surrounding them. It would also have a picture of what it looks like, and it appears to be a living cloak that is made out of moss and lichen and roots and tree branches that wears more like a poncho and looks identical to the cloak that you saw Arden wearing.
Son of a gun.
Yeah.
That's what you would learn.
All right.
I'll tell you one other thing as well about this, because I think spending a whole week just focusing on this, it gives you some of the properties of it as well.
Okay.
And so we'll treat this, it's obviously an artifact level magic item. It offers, at minimum, a +3 bonus to armor class mechanically. It provides some significant enhancements to all types of stealth. It also, it allows an individual what is called primal harmony and primal control over both beast of burden and plant-based creatures in a 30-foot radius around them at all times. It allows at will, free, speak with animals, speak with plants as well. And then it also has some information listed in here which is not fully understood, which is again very similar to the Weave Piercer. They had rough ideas of how it works. Yeah. It says that there's something that has to do with changing of one's shape, some type of mechanical polymorph built into this. It also has something that allows natural regeneration and healing that surpasses any natural magics. Excuse me, not natural magics, any arcane magics.
Okay. Sick. Glad he has that.
Yeah, it's a good one to have.
Yeah, for sure. I was a little worried about him because, we almost had him.
There's something interesting. You almost had him. But then again, you're reading through this and you can't help but remember looking through the rift that he jumped through and seeing that he essentially just climbed onto the rock and then it was wearing a saddle.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It's all coming clear. May I ask a question? Since I spent a whole week on deck, would it on deck? And maybe you've already talked about it, but if you could jog my memory, do I get any sense of where these relics came from? Like, are they remnants from pre-fall, from pre-shifting? Or have they been developed? Were they discovered? Any sort of origin? Yeah.
Putting some information together from what you already knew and what you are learning again. The relics were ancient before the shifting.
Oh. Cool. Cool.
And there's 7.
There's one for each high house, which this is... Let's do some order of operations here. The high houses didn't come into existence until the most recent 350 to 450 years ago.
So are there a relic for every high house, or is there a high house for every relic? Yeah. Good. Don't worry. It probably doesn't have anything to do with God shit, though. I think it's probably fine.
Yeah, you're not entirely wrong.
Good. Oh.
That it's fine.
That is fine.
But
yeah,
that was the lie.
From now on, you'll never know, right? You'll never know. All right. Some pretty
It
good
does say you
information.
have to tell us right here when I write it in there.
It's actually in white on the original document.
I will also share. I'll also share in the Discord eventually, just with you, Chelsea/Nim, some additional information that you can choose how you want to share that as you learn more information about these.
Incredible.
Ajax. So again, you're part of the support and the benefit, not so much the rumor side of things, but more like the revelry here, like the being able to get them back into feeling good. So I want a performance check from you.
Okay.
Yeah, you got this.
16.
Oh.
Okay. Over the course of this entire week, on and off again, no individuals are providing any coin to you, right? But almost at the end of most of your performances, your gigs, whatever you're doing, whether you're juggling, whether you're performing, singing, dancing, whatever your specific form of performance is, but I think I want to hear about, because we need to know more information about Ajax, aspects of the community, groups of shopkeepers, groups of individuals from certain neighborhoods, from the naval yard, would be coming, and they'd be like, hey, we see what you're doing. This is important, because we need this now more than ever. And over the course of that week, you would get 28 gold coins that the community had brought together. But how does Ajax perform?
I think it's a mix of things. First off, I have a lyre. I do not sing. I'm gonna put that out there. I play the lyre like Orpheus would play the lyre. And then I have an entire deck of cards that are all spade cards. There's not a single card on there that is not spades. And sometimes I will just take 2 of them and flick them out, and it builds like a little house by itself. And every time a kid will come up and take one, it the card they'll have in their hand, it doesn't fall, and then it just flickers and goes right back into the pile as the way they have to figure out how to break it down in order to rebuild it.
Cool.
Badass.
Sick.
And then I have bells.
Also, bells.
Because yes.
Chester.
100%. Giovanni, you're only selling yours for, just 5 silvers each. And people are buying them. So the first thing that I want to do is I want you to, again, make me some type of persuasion performance check just to represent the remaining groups. I already have noted the 17 people that were there at that instance, but I want to know the other groups that you got.
Performance.
Okay.
13 again.
13 again. Okay. Okay.
Unless Icarus wants to give me one of those dice.
Oh my god.
Icarus is busy.
I don't care.
Give him the 8.
Counting for some things in silver to gold. Sure. Over the course of that week, you would be able to you can take 26 silver coins, you can take 13 gold coins, you actually take 26 silver coins. And that's because there were a couple people who left tips on top of that. Yeah.
Not bad, not bad. That's after expenses and everything.
Good reviews on Goodreads.
Yeah,
from this.
No, that makes sense.
Because the idea of selling them all, time, effort, and some of your supply costs.
The paper and ink.
600 bad reviews.
So you sold a lot of it. But I will be clear that groups of people were coming and buying them for households also when they were purchasing as well.
That's how it always goes.
Yeah, right. And then they
quarters.
Netflix rules, it's fine.
Yeah, Netflix rules. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful gains, skills, relics of power, money.
Witcher.
The thing that I want to take care of now is the roll on the bad table.
We're having a good time.
Either way, rock, paper, scissors.
You go for it.
Okay, great.
I'm
going to resolve. There's a
build
few
my-
things that we're going to resolve after this. Let's wrap up the week stuff, and then I'll resolve all the other things that are in my notes, including this, which is actually surprisingly in my notes.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah. So who wants to roll on the bad table this time?
I'm gonna do it.
Okay. You are rolling on the moderate table this time. Go ahead and drop that d6.
Oh, it's a 1.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, yay.
Okay. This is
They
actually
apologize.
This is actually really good.
Yeah.
This is really good. Okay, so there is an information leak, a further information leak that takes place over this next week. The cult will learn some intimate nature on you all or some of your actions, motivations,
Perhaps
or your
through
plans.
a pamphlet that was just released.
Yeah, I was like,
Goodness gracious.
it could have been anyone.
I say this with sincerity. You fuck.
But the only mechanical thing that's going to affect you this next
Why
week
is the Daily Mail in this world?
I don't know. It felt right. You're going to have a -1 to any rolls that come up this next week. The only roll that is excluded from that is the roll on the bad table and the roll on the magic item table.
Okay.
It says
That's
all,
too bad
and
we can't-
all is bolded.
It wasn't bolded. It was bolded. Yeah. Skill checks, things like that, you have to make -1, but it's not going to be a detriment to your magic item rolls. That's not going to be a detriment
Shifting
to
reversed.
anything. But I now need who wants to roll for the magic item that they're continuing to delve and find for you all.
You're the magic. You're the magic man.
Yeah.
Do magic.
What does that mean? Is that 15 or is that
Yeah.
50? That's 15? 15.
15? Oh my gosh, this could be remarkably interesting for one Icarus. They come back with some writing supplies.
Oh.
And the item that you find is something that is called dancing ink.
Ooh.
Dancing ink. Let me add this to my notes really quick so that I don't forget this.
Interesting.
You rolled a 1 on the bad. Dancing ink as the magic item. Okay, awesome. At the end of this week, amidst all these other things that are going on, there are a few things that happen. And again, I'll expedite this for you all. Taking Lady Ari into the dream was one of the few things that I wrote down that would immediately bring him out of this. Because collectively, what's more powerful, table, than the forces of evil?
Love.
Which is something Javanu said, actually.
Down and around.
And
That's true.
what happens in there? What happens in there is that you are attempted to be shunted out of there once again. But whenever Lady Ari and Lord Desta are essentially like embracing, he's so happy to see her. And also it's interesting because like she is this ageless, timeless being, and he is in his prime, his youth again in this dream. So there's just something really special about that, right? And it attempts to shunt you all out of here. And the same blast that has previously forced you out, there seems to be some type of force field that comes around them. And rather than you getting pushed out, there is this slow dissipating. And it seems to stem from that silhouette that stands between the gates, like it is receding more so than you all leaving. And as it recedes, and you come to, Lady Ari comes to, and Lord Desta comes to. Now, this is also in my notes. Lord Desta is not in a very good condition. They are no longer in this forced unconscious state, this incapacitated state, but they have undergone something that was intended to kill them, and you all intervened in what would have killed him in mechanically in the next minute, right? So that's how close to death can you really get, right? Pretty damn close. At the end of this week, it's clear that Arcades probably already would have been involved in this. But Arcades has been running a series of tests along with Algary Carestus, in addition to some of the other physicers from Arcades Physicers Wing. Okay? They would share at this point, and I think Lady Ari would be here for this news. that it is wonderful that he is in a steady state at the moment, but his time has been cut significantly. Arcades would say that there is no doubt that this is something akin to a Scourge infection, but it seems to be deeper to one's core. He thinks with some arcane intervention, they may be able to delay or to extend his life, but Arcades can't give more than 1 to 3 years, is his estimate, before he fully succumbs to it and loses the rest of his faculties.
3 years. 3 years on the plus side. Yeah.
1 to 3.
Yeah.
1 to 3. In this happening as well, there are some information beats that are talked about around you all. Lady Ari says, once this information is shared, that unless someone has a better plan, because she's trying to be polite in this, but she's also very much saying this is my intention, unless you prove me wrong, she plans to take Lord Desta to the continent of Aloria.
That's where she's from, right? Or is that?
Not exactly.
Okay.
The House of Aelthrin,
Okay.
they have their house, their seat of power here on the continent of Veridia. All of the high houses have their seats of power on the continent of Veridia. Lady Ari says that she believes that a trip with him to the Lorendale coast would be able to extend his life. She does ask, and I will say this as well, Ajax, you, Castore, and the rest of the fair kin that are part of the Gallant Gallanteers, anyone who else was around or knows this, there's just a, of course, take him home.
Will the son stay in charge in his stead when he's gone? Okay.
And she says that it's about time anyway, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And that she would put Drukari in charge of the city, and she would take Desta to, she would say, I'm going to take him to my home. All right. That's her recommendation. Are there any questions or things that people would ask or prod with that information?
Take it to her. Like, yeah, I think Nim would follow up and be like, oh, but I thought the seat of your house was on the continent. Do you have a country summer home?
She kind of smiles.
Yeah.
And she would say, the rulers of House Aelthrin, as has been our duty, our responsibility, we have always served our seat of power, yes, here in Veridia. That does not necessarily mean that we don't have other ties and connections. My duties and responsibilities call me to Veridia for work. Where I consider my home here falls on Aloria.
Lady Ari, I'm sure you're well familiar with the area you're from, but I did find that this Silvari Reach had a supernatural effect on people who were visiting there in their old age. Something about the cliffs and the beaches. I don't know. It's not something I ever really believed in, but...
There is, your insight got better recently. There is just a knowing nod as she acknowledges what you're saying.
Seafood's pretty good too.
Of course. The seafood. And you're not very far off from what her plan is.
Before you take your leave, if I could make a request. I'm not sure where our travels will take us after this, but if we could have a letter of introduction for your house, might ease some of the doubt, no doubt sown.
Yeah, they think that I
here.
killed somebody from House Lyrin.
That's going to be quite the hurdle.
Yep.
Yeah, you said it.
I would hope I could change some of Lyrin's minds, but of course they are always a house ruled by, well, ambition and ego.
Of course.
Lady Ari would continue, and again, there's always been a supernatural air about Lady Ari, the concept of her being this celestial elf, right? What this means and what this represents. She's always a smidge out of touch from this world, right? This elegant, very Galadriel essence about her. And there's a smile as she looks over to what you're saying, and she says, I think that is a splendid idea, Silas. And not only that, I think, and she looks down, and this conversation is probably happening now that you've all like kind of gone back in. There's been some bad news shared, but she wants to be spending time with Desta. So you're back in there with Desta. So he's like propped up, maybe with some pillows on here, and he looks like shit. But he's trying so hard to be that same boisterous leader that you saw briefly when you first got here. And he would attempt to raise his hand like he's about to like make a gesture or point to something, and she kind of like grabs his hand and just like, you know, holds on to it. And she continues to reach over to the bedside table and grabs a small dossier, and she would hand it to you. And inside the dossier, there would already be a letter of introduction signed in her hand with her seal on here. She would also explain that very similar to what was going on with that illusory script, like have Lucius review this, he'll know what's going on. She would give you some similar line of, there's no way they can mistake this for anyone else but mine. It is my signature and my signature alone. And below that, you would see, and this is a little bit sad, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 documents, certificates, and signed on them in a remarkably chicken scratch, shaky hand. And you can see as you look to Lord Desta that he is like looking at that, but he can't speak. And it looks as if in the last act as current ruler of House Stormwave, that Desta has essentially made you all thanes of House Stormwave.
Oh.
And there is a promise from Lady Ari, and she says, when things settle down and this actually means something, this will entitle you all to purchase of land. But because we are House Stormwave, that need not be on the mainland continent of Veridia. This also entitles you to some of our, and she smiles, vacation property, if you will, in the Southwestern Isles. It's where Desta and I first met. This also means that for any lower nobility of House Stormwave, we will do what is tradition for our house. And starting this week, we will begin construction on a ship of your very own. We are a team, we are a family, we are a house. Born and raised on the sea. I only adopted, but I speak for Desta when I share this. If you are to join our house, you should have a worthy vessel to carry you forward. She would explain to you that it will take at least a year, year and a half to actually build this for you all. And she would say that when it is done, it will be yours and yours alone. And as long as nothing is changed within Port Haven and their current standing, and as long as their house still exists after whatever is to come in this next couple of months, that they will provide the crew necessary.
Oh, Grace, this is a fine honor. And he bows in the very archaic-looking style that you've seen before.
Icarus cringes.
You watch as there is like, he's able to nod. There is like, the least he can do is like nod and move his head and acknowledge that like he knows what this means and he wishes he could be the one who is delivering this to you.
Well, Lady Ari, you are a natural in the dreamscape. You should do this. You'd be good at it. You'd be a good Oneiromancer.
I think I fully understand why you find it so uncomfortable, almost a curse.
Yeah.
And she would come over to you in this very, very like matter-of-fact, yet strange knowing. And she would just place a hand on your shoulder and she would just say, I'm sorry for what has befallen you. None of our kind should have this happen to them. I hope your service is done soon. Which is a weird way to say I hope you die.
Okay, I think at that moment he's now thinking about the private island waiting for him. His two thoughts, like, number one, we gotta save the world now. And number two, I'm not dying. I'm getting that island. So
it's something to fight for.
I think I'm out of debt.
That's actually.
I'm not giving you blood anymore. I'm sorry. As an aside,
there is an addendum. I literally wrote this. Thank you for reminding me because I need to scroll down. There is an addendum on your certificate, and it looks like Algary Carestis added something else on there.
Wait, hold on your island.
As you look at yours, it would say that the total. Because you are a lower ruler of House Stormwave now, that you currently have this additional power, that she's going to be offering you the equivalent of the Fantasy Friends and Family discount, and you now only owe 4,500 gold pieces.
That's honestly a huge discount.
okay, I mean, if this private island has like exports or something, I can afford that in like a month. All right. We're good. let me put an addendum to my debt.
She waved off a little bit of that debt.
Not making you pay interest.
And that is what happens at the end of week 4. This is an important question, right? Week 5. Week 5 is still a roll on the moderate table. We don't go up to the catastrophic table until week 6. Are we staying for week 5?
Yarp.
I think week 5, yeah.
Do we want to stay for week 6?
Narp.
No. It's
and
so
Castori
bad.
wants to stay for week 6.
Castori wants to stay for week 6.
No,
now,
we gotta go find Arden.
I said earlier that an argument could be made to convince them to come with you. And I think a pretty strong argument has been made with all of the things that you've all decided to do and how successful everything's been so far, that I think you could have a pretty reasonable DC for that persuasion check, right?
If they were like, hey, Castori, what if there was like a 1 out of 6 chance for half of your friends dying or whatever?
He'd say, prove it.
I'll show you. Come with me.
Look at this table,
Just
Castori.
join our Discord.
We turned around and peel back the fourth wall.
It doesn't make sense.
If we were to leave early, do our characters know where to go? Like, do we have a heading before we would actually...
Castori has a heading.
Castori knows where he and his traveling band of troubadours and performers are heading, and he wants you all to come with him, right? Because they're going to continue this work in other cities, other villages, right? So they need your help. But the problem here, which is really the root of this problem, you all don't know exactly where Kennedy is.
Yep.
You kind of have a lead on where you think Arden was, right? But even that's not 100%, right?
That was 5 weeks ago.
Yeah, it truly was 5 weeks ago.
Who's Kennedy?
Yeah.
Ajax, yeah.
We have a mask party now every day. So much cooler.
So this is what it kind of... You all leaving by yourself, you really all don't have a direction. You all could pick a direction.
I told you.
But if you leave with Castori, you have food and accommodations and security while you travel. They will tell you that if you all leave a week before them, right, if the persuasion check goes poorly, then they will ascribe some type of meetup point at an appropriate pace, because they should be able to more than double whatever you're proceeding at. Yeah. But it sounds like we're staying for week 5.
Yeah.
We won't do the persuasion until the end of week 5.
Yep.
So let's expedite this.
Okay.
I've got some narrative stuff that happens for you all in week 5, and it gets juicier and juicier the further you all go. Because I was like, oh my gosh, you stay week 5. That's wild stuff, right? We say, who knows what happens at week 6? But for week 5,
So come get
are
it.
there any truly? Are there any differences or things that you all want to do differently this week? Are we continuing to study, do some research? Let's do some quick overviews, and we'll start over here and keep going. Silas, what are you doing?
So I've got, as far as like training stuff, the training's going to be the same.
Okay.
I'd like to go get all of my my armors and my traveling equipment like refreshed for a long journey.
Okay, I like that.
But there is something I'd like to do on the last day.
Me too.
And it's to go straight to the keep.
Okay.
And I'd like to see Drukari.
Okay. Continue training. Refresh all of your traveling gear and equipment, and go to the keep. Talk to everyone's favorite Drew. Okay. Thank you, Icarus.
It's time to build the mulligan device. If Enoch will help me, I will go to him. Otherwise, I will go to the iron rod.
So just sorry to skip ahead. I'm going to go, and that's what I'm going to be doing. It's different from before. I'm not crafting my own things. I go to Icarus, and I pull out the blueprints for the ocularium.
And we are going to the iron rod, yes or no?
No. Not if we don't need to.
Sorry, Roger.
Because this is, a secret. And this is very Jason Victor from Arcane, I like to think. Us building this.
Let's not build our world-ending device.
Mulligan device is
the EDM guy.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Mulligan device. I am going to write this down now for you, Enoch, because that's going to be the big part of your thing. You're going to be focusing on.
That's what I'm doing. Yes.
Ocularium and helping. Okay.
We building shit.
We building shit. Irelis, what are you doing?
I'm going back to the same place that I cast plant growth.
Oh, hell yeah. Shit.
To forage with more success because there's twice as much growing there
That
now.
makes so much sense.
Minus
so
one
much
to roll.
sense. Mechanically for the minigame, like I said, this is going to benefit you more than the way this is going. Stay with me on this one. I'm going to lower the DC for everything.
Okay.
Because it has a very clear thing, like you find the stuff, you get these 3 things, you harvest stuff. I'm just gonna lower the DC, so you probably are gonna get all the things.
Cool.
Easier.
Awesome.
Okay. Ooh, harvesting. I'm excited to do that little minigame in proper. We've got all the stuff. We'll talk about that in a second. You're taken care of. Nim, what are you doing?
Great. Okay. Finally. I'm excited. That ritual that I got from Lucius, I want to take it apart. I want to put it back together. I want to break it down. I want to understand every component piece. I'm not going to sleep. I'm not going to do anything else. I'm going to watch Enoch and Icarus walk by with blueprints, which normally pretty interesting, and be like, oh, cool, and then go right back to it. I want to start building a lexicon of ritual components and like really just build out my understanding. And then also, Roger.
Sell me on it.
What I'd really like to do, because when I was born, death wasn't really the end, wasn't, and then it turned out not to be the end in a very different way.
So true.
So crazy. So I want to try and cast that ritual.
Which one?
The one with Lucius's name. And I want to try and draw on his power to just see if he's alive.
What a fucking great plan. What a way to really test if I mean what I said.
Yeah. Am I gonna die? We'll find out.
Eventually.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna find out.
Your timeline soon.
Tear apart the ritual.
Yeah.
And then you want to test it and really see if there's still some connection using the formula that Lucian had shared with you all. Right?
And when I'm breaking it apart, I am super, super interested in that part of how somebody's true name fits in. I'm looking for that connection to really like build on that. Yes.
You're going to get something good and maybe a little sad and disappointed.
Okay. Great.
Ajax,
name of my
what are you doing?
Following along with that, what did you say?
Watch the replay.
The second time that joke has actually been used and has landed equally as well.
But a little sad and disappointing.
What are they doing, new friends? You've been with these people for
I know longer than my actual character has been.
You've got inside jokes.
Yeah.
Right?
Good morning, best friend. Would you like an omelet?
The only person I have beef with so far is Jubanu. Anyways.
What are you doing?
I think just the same stuff I did in week 4. Helping just like rebuild on whittle some toys for the kids, pass them out. No money. I don't want money.
You don't want money, okay.
No, just giving it out. That is not my prerogative at all.
Beautiful. I will say that you could use some of the money pretty easily to buy additional supplies and also just to buy extra toys too, in addition to whittling and creating them yourself.
I also think I'm going to create a new mask. That's a new emotion I discovered in order to better address Jabanu.
What is it? What does it look like?
Can you make 2 of them?
I think I usually don't have eyebrows on my masks. It's just like the eye emotion.
Yeah.
This time I'm gonna whittle eyebrows that just like down and just one big curve for the mouth.
Okay. To the side.
Yeah.
Were the eggs not to your liking?
All right, toys and kindness is what I'm writing for this week. Toys and kindness. Jabanu, what are you doing with your week 5?
So one thing that we haven't explored in the downtime yet is Jabanu is insanely jealous of Iolus for forming a bond with that rock chick.
Don't forget the fact that you all have a gym rock
crazy
baby.
So
for the past 5 weeks.
Yeah.
So like ever since Jabanu was like a gym rock baby, like ever since Jabanu was a baby, he dreamed of like of befriending a rock, like lifelong dream, and that life is like over 400 years. So.
That means something.
So I think he's gonna try and bond with the rock.
Amazing.
I think in a way like you see people that are like too much about someone else's cat, like someone else's house, and they're like, come here, come on, and you're like, just the cat.
He loves me so much.
If you just leave the cat alone, the cat will. I think it's kind of like that. I think he's like trying to bond with this little baby rock.
Yes.
But he's like almost trying too hard.
May I also share that I just had this flash montage of like us like sneaking towards like the doppelganger nest and the baby rock being like, and like hiding, like we're trying to like do all these shit. Us moving through the darkened streets.
I think it's going to be an animal handling check.
Oh, I'm actually very good at that.
But we'll do that here in a second. We'll come back around and we'll wrap that up. But the week's going to be focused on that relationship with the rock baby.
Yes, I'm trying to develop that relationship. And at night, I think I'm just going around plying my trade, dream services.
Dream services.
So like just
people are actually taking you up on it this time.
Yeah.
In a way that they weren't as interested in beforehand. Because they would rather have pleasant dreams than maybe some memories of some things that have been happening, I don't know, by being trapped in cages for several years.
So I feel like I'm probably helping people with nightmares.
What a great market.
Getting rid of them, processing. So I think it's mostly nightmares. Maybe one or two people are like, hey, can you give me something, And I'm like, no.
Can't do that.
No, not doing that.
You sell them one of your other books.
Yeah. Some people come to me for spicy dreams.
Yeah.
You can make that all on your own with this reading material.
I show them one of my other books instead.
Okay. Oh, I love it. So we're going to start back over here. We'll come back around. So starting over here, training, it continues. Add another tick, add another asterisk. That goes on for another week, 100%. Getting additional items, that's not going to be an issue whatsoever. I'll also allow like basic equipment and materials if you needed to get something from like an armory, right? They're going to give this to you. So if there is anything that you want to refresh or take out mechanically speaking, you can probably do this in this transition period.
I'll probably sort through the book in between weeks.
Yeah. Now, the keep with Drukari.
Mm-hmm.
What are you seeking? What are you doing up there?
So this is on the very last day.
Yeah.
Like, hopefully, Castori's camp is being packed up.
Yeah, some individuals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is like as we're about to leave. I'd like to I guess just stroll into Stormwave Keep.
You luckily would see that there are a remarkable number of guards here. They all appear to be remarkably focused, and they are on high alert as you approach. And even seeing that it is you, they would not allow you inside until they bring Drukari to the door for some type of conversation in Drukhari. And there would be a series of conversations, questions, information.
I glow blue.
Yeah. You pop some things out, and Drukhari would be like, thank you so much for like following the new stringent rules that we have. Let the guy inside.
I told you the fish thing was stupid.
Yeah. And you have Drukhari.
It really was.
Hey.
So I imagine he's got his desk. I'll wait for him to go sit down and be Mr. President business.
Interestingly enough, there is probably a room where basic things business was conducted, an office of some sort. You would see that Drukhari is not sitting behind the desk. It looks like there's been a secondary workstation that has been set up in this room, and he seems to be standing the entire time and just coursing over papers, documents, supplies, resources, updates from the small council on the current standings of the citizens, as well as some of the updates on how the crop and things look like. He is not sitting behind the desk.
Then I walk over to the desk and I wait.
He would stop and he would finally finish some of the things, maybe intentionally like tapping of some of the papers there, and he would just stay exactly where he's at, and he would be like, what can I do for you, Silas?
I have business with the leader of House Stormwave.
There's a deep sigh, and he walks behind the desk and then just like places both of his hands palm down onto the desk. And then you watch as he takes his left hand and just brings it up to his temple. And you can just tell that there is a remarkable weight here as he is letting his whole weight fall onto his right arm as he just rubs his temple. Well, I guess that would be me. How can I assist you, Master Slayer?
And I'm going to produce the contract. And I'm going to set it down on the desk. And as it unfurls, there's going to be two things that kind of fall out of it. One is going to be the ring.
Cool.
With a small note inside.
Okay.
And the other, binding the two together, is going to be one of those necklaces with one of the gems that I wear.
Badass. And he would look at it without taking or touching anything. He would say, as far as I'm concerned, that ring is not only proof of the service that you yielded for us in Port Haven, but of the continued friendship between not just your guild and House Stormwave, but between myself, my family, and you, Silas. I respect that you seek to return property that belongs to my house and my family. I return it to you as a gift, a token of our friendship.
Then I will take the note out and put the ring back on.
He'll hold his hand out. If there was some type of thing to be shared or passed along, he doesn't want to disregard the missive passing that is going on here, but he also seems hesitant to take this back because he needs that to be yours.
And I will, in his outstretched hand, leave the note and necklace.
What does the note say?
The note is uncharacteristic of the way Silas has presented himself. It's sealed, and he's going to instruct him not to open it until they leave.
Okay.
But it's an apology for everything that's happened. It's an acknowledgement of the weight on his shoulders and saying, we don't get to choose the burdens that we have to bear. But hopefully this will provide some comfort.
There's this probably unnecessarily stoic acknowledgement between some individual who probably has some remarkably powerful emotions that they're trying to keep in check when they probably just want to like lay down and cry. And you would probably leave unless there's anything else that you would say.
I will say, I consider our contract complete and your debt paid. And then I turn to leave.
He kind of rolls up the contract and goes to add it to the rest of the piles. As you are turning to leave, the door opens. There's that beautiful moment where it's like beginning to swing shut. And again, it's a fantasy setting, so there's probably not some like special cushiony chair. But then again, this is like nobility, so they probably have something quite nice in there. You think that you can hear the sound of someone sinking into the chair as the door is shut. Truly sitting and seeping into that position. Beautiful. He doesn't read it while you're there, but he'll read it afterwards. And I think I'll make a note of that for how that affects future interactions with the house or coming back. I like that. Icarus/Enoch. I'm not going to have any roles for this. You two dedicating yourselves to working together to make this shit happen, you are going to be able to essentially, for you, we've got something pretty clear designed for this. You know that this is going to be like the stage 1 of what this device is going to be, and we will unveil what that means on camera the first time that you use it.
Mhm.
But after 1 week of dedicating yourself to this, it is draft 1, version 1 is ready for some testing.
Enoch, the ocularium.
Yours. You have a plan and a vision for what this is meant to do for you. I want you to describe what that is, and then I'm going to add on what you're not comprehending that you're making.
Icarus, I believe the one who made me, I believe they built this, or at least they gave me the instructions to build it. And I think this is a good first test of it.
Very good. I will say, though, from what I did poking around in that head of yours, I think you have more responsibility for your own creations than you give yourself credit for.
Do you have responsibility for your own creation?
Partial. You helped.
What? No.
Oh, you mean... well...
You're talking about me.
Yes.
Oh.
And what you've designed there. I don't think you need to... Anyway, yes. Demonstrate, Enoch.
God, I wish you were at the Iron Rod.
Don't you? Well,
It's like a
what it does,
Hooters.
it much like this. He rolls down his sleeve and you see the crystals.
Sure.
And now that we're a level 5, there's a row of 4 and a row of 2. It's the spell slots. Just like this siphons mana from
the weave
around us on a very small scale. This does it on a much larger scale. Enough to power something like your device.
It's like an engine of sorts.
Yes. Hypothetically limitless power.
A gyroscopic amount.
And it is shaped like a gyroscope.
Enoch, from what I can glean from the history books, though much of them have been lost, there were many mistakes made by the people who created devices in the past. I think we have a responsibility to make sure we don't repeat those and that we improve on the technology made before. So finding your memories and finding out what you or your past self did could be the utmost importance to figure out what limitless power actually can mean and what it can mean in a bad way.
I think while Nim is penning a ritual like in the basement, I'm like, I'm just gonna shiver.
What we've just been doing, dealing out violence, I do that. It's like instinct, the way some animals know how to do things like build a nest from birth. I don't want to be that.
Good.
Perhaps this is why I was built.
I think that will be for you to decide. But just remember, any device that can be controlled can be put in the wrong hands too.
Then we cannot let it get out of our hands. And I trust you with it.
Really?
Yes.
Thank you.
Enoch, after completing this stage of the device currently, in addition to some of the other plans that I know you have for this and what it's going to be able to empower and allow you to do, you also gain the arcane recovery ability from the wizard class.
What? He is a wizard. Damn it!
You're a wizard.
The runes on my chest start glowing.
It's important to know you can use that and you can benefit from that, as the rules say, for what arcane recovery allows you to do per short rest. You gain some of those spell slots back by tapping into the power that device has siphoned.
Surely won't.
And I will keep track of every single time that you use that ability.
Oh, shit.
And I will track that over the entirety of this campaign.
That is not ominous at all.
What's it gonna?
And that was the lie.
I track it beyond this campaign.
That is true.
That's true.
And we'll stop here. And we go now back over to Ireless.
Yes.
Ireless, you were focused for the most part on doing some harvesting.
Indeed.
What's your plan here?
Each day, I would look for items using locate animals and plants.
Okay.
For some specific things that I would like to find.
That's really funny. That takes some of the randomization that I'm allowed to do out of this. Yes.
Yep.
Okay. This is what I'm going to say, because you're allowed to do one harvest every single day.
Yep.
For up to 3 items per day.
Right.
So here's what I want you to do, right? Do you already have a list of the items that you want?
I do.
Read them to me / send them to me.
All right, I'll read them.
Okay.
1 Darkshade Lavender, 2 Ambrosian Nectar, 1 Azalea Root, 1 Saffron Field Cap, and 1 Night Bloom. 7 items. 2 of 1.
We need to go around and figure out what they do, like in Skyrim, just by eating them.
I have.
That's next week. Yeah.
You should go to
all at the same time.
You should go to another farm and cast plant growth again. Like, just do it. Like,
okay.
I'm going to do it on the way out.
Nice.
Here's what we're going to do for simplicity on this. You've already used plant growth, and you're also already doing locate. So the idea of like finding them, instantaneous.
Yeah.
Right? Getting what you want, that's not going to be the problem. The only thing that I need you to do is to actually harvest them successfully.
Yes, and I have a plan for that too.
Interesting.
I would like to use Hex Elder Tongue, which allows me to speak with plants and animals.
Hell
yes. Can I get you up?
And perhaps persuasion, if it takes it. To allow for a successful harvest.
Okay, so this is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard, and I love it so absolutely much. The way that this minigame is supposed to work, for anyone who knows or cares about this, is I've got a deck of cards that are meant to be randomized based on rarity in certain biomes, and I'm then supposed to place them down and allow you to be like, okay, you get to pick 2, you get to pick 3, how much are you harvesting? It goes successful, this one fails, that's wonderful. You saw down the specific things by biome, by locating them directly. You then get down on the ground and whisper sweet nothings
Indeed.
to these plants.
Amazing.
Look, I just spent a week reading a frickin' book, and 3 weeks before that, fighting, and you might think that it was like very mature of Ireless to not be the person to take that -1 and go off and do something, but it was not. She was kicking, she was not happy about it, and now she is like blissed out. She's using everything to her advantage.
The only thing I can think of that is fair is I'm gonna set a single DC.
Yep.
The DC is meant to be 8 plus the difficulty for whatever the actual harvest itself is. I want you to make your harvesting check. The DC for this collectively is 8.
You got this.
It's a 19 on the die.
They seemingly come to life and jump into your fucking basket.
I want to be eaten.
One at a time.
keep track of all the specific items that you
to stretch
wanted. I'll
my
send you all of the things that you do. You keep track of what they are. I'll give you the cards afterwards as well. So you
The armor that is harvesting our purpose is complete.
The one flower that wanted to go.
Take me with you.
Appeased me.
The mini plant defender goes,
Killed me.
Put me into a
That's
loaf
all?
of bread.
Lots of stuff. You'll also be able to, and quickly on this, because now that you have it harvested and you have the actual brewing of the potions usually only takes 2 hours.
Yeah.
And so once you build the ingredients that you want, you can start to brew potions.
Yeah.
Even just at downtime every single night.
Awesome.
Nim, the ritual and the test. I'm going to give you this because you've done so much research already and you're spending another whole week really honing in on this. The version of the notes that Lucius gave you was remarkably important that, not important, it was clear to you that he gave you a modified version that placed him as the battery.
Yes.
Okay? Which means a couple of things. That it only should work in theory if he's still alive.
Yep.
Because it was pulling from his very life force to give it to you all.
Yep.
So what I want to start with is the test first.
Okay.
Because I think that's going to tell you more information about what the ritual actually is.
Okay.
So when you go to test it, you go through that process, you set everything up exactly the same way, and it fails. But you are keen enough on the ideas of ritualistic casting. You got 1,000 years of practice here. You do know that if you were able to inscribe and write the true name of another person, one, you have to get the true name of the person. They don't have to be willing.
Oh, shit.
Interesting.
But most people don't know their true name. Most entities don't know their true name. But if you get access to that, with the information that you have currently, you could insert them into this, and as long as they are alive, you could harvest their life essence to be able to do this.
Remember how I was just like picking berries and stuff?
Yep.
Zombie Lucius win.
Hey, it takes all kinds to make the world turn. Yep.
That's what's important about this.
No innocent people.
I guess while we're working together, no innocent people will be harmed. Only for good.
Now, one thing that I think is important for this as well, there's something clear about, because you asked for information on true name and true name notations.
Yep.
Even with the information that was provided to you from Lucius through Kennedy, you don't know. You couldn't repeat, or you couldn't say aloud or understand or comprehend what Lucius's true name was.
Okay.
It was shared to you in such a way that it was like, okay, it's included
It's encrypted.
and redacted and encrypted type of
Okay.
thing. It's like, I'm extending you this courtesy, but you're not going to be able to backwards hack this to do other things for me. He knows the power here. He also probably planned to turn it off after this one thing was over, and now he doesn't have the opportunity to do it, and he's just dead.
Yeah.
But, you find that true name, and you can do it to somebody else.
Okay. Cool. Can I think thinking about death and being reborn and true and what makes a person them. I guess Nim is going to take a second and reflect, kind of covered in chalk and just like really disappointed, like probably in the basement of Karnath, just like, it's been a couple days. Like hair kind of askew, like fully feral. She's probably forgotten to eat for a little bit. But she's wondering if her true name remained the same.
This is really interesting.
Yeah.
Because to this point, I would pose a challenge to both you, Chelsea, and Nim.
Yeah.
Most people would go their entire lives without ever actually uncovering their own true name. Like that is like a lifelong dedication to understand who and what one person is, to come to terms with that, right?
Yeah.
Now, granted, you were an understudy of a remarkably powerful individual.
Yep.
But even still, I don't know if I can answer right now if
Yeah.
Nim actually knows their true name. They might know aspects of the investigatory process to start to get there. But in my understanding of who and what Nim became in these 1,000 years, I don't know if that was top of the list for problems to solve.
No, I think this is the first time she's really thought about it. Because I think she was so sure that Lucius was still alive.
Yeah.
And so it's just like, so I think that she's like, and then like realizing that she also can't get to his name. And then she's just running through the list. Like maybe he was died and reborn. Maybe that's how she can't get to it. And then she's like, wait, what about me? And so she's just taking this moment to reflect on who she was before and who she is now and what it is to know another person.
Do something to add to that?
May I jump in with a little RP then?
Sure.
You said that you probably wouldn't have eaten for a couple of days.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Fully chalked out.
So I'm like the most invigorated that I've been in this journey. And I maybe see you come up from the basement. Nim, oh my gosh, thank you so much for this book.
Oh, was it helpful?
I found so many amazing things that will really help us.
Oh, that's sorry, I'm just having a little trouble focusing. That's fantastic to hear, Iris. I'm so glad.
Have you had anything to eat today?
What's today?
Well, it's the 5th day of the week.
It's the 5th. No!
And I open my lunchbox and take out rye cracker that is a recipe from Frostholm that would be familiar to you and hand you a cracker.
I think I'm like, oh, this is like what this isn't really what, and then but I appreciate this is such a kind thought. It's not gonna.
It's the same recipe from my home.
Oh, yes. Yes, it's got the little seeds on top. You still make it that way. You guys still make it that way. Oh.
We still make it that way.
Wow. Thank you, Iris. Thank you. This was a true act of friendship. And I think with that little piece of Nim remembers just a little bit more of who she is in this moment of untethering.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Ajax, there are toys to be whittled, there are gifts to be purchased, and there are deliveries to be made to the youths and all the other individuals.
Wait, are you fucking Santa?
Santa's calling us out. Better tell us if you're Santa Claus.
This is the benefit I'm going to offer to you. So stay with me on this one because I'm cooking this up one live, right? We know that youths love a good childhood bike gang. Right? Yeah. It is known, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
You over the course of this week, you embed yourself with the local youth.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I own the bike gang now.
You are the coolest. You are the coolest entity, Ajax, that they have ever seen.
Some 80s looking Stranger Things bunch.
They're playing
And Ajax, they would show you that they've got a clubhouse, right? They've got a whole secret system of codes and messages that only the kids and the youth of Port Haven actually understand, right? They talk about how their parents just don't get it, but you do, Ajax. You're such a good listener. You always know exactly just what to say. And that they're so happy that you not only gave them the gifts, but that you're here. And they're going to essentially be like, I'm going to put in a good word.
Works.
With other cool kids like us.
Oh my god.
And just like Silas has the additional ability, which is Friends of the Rat, I want you to add to your sheet. I want you to add to your sheet friends of the youth.
What's up, fellow youth?
And as you get to other cities and settlements, it will be easier for you if there happens to be
Oh my god, they're a gang. They're like talking to each
if
other.
there happen to be other local gangs of youth,
They respect lines.
You will be able to easily ingratiate yourself into their service.
That's awesome.
And get information from them.
Like Sherlock Holmes.
And the other street urchins, yeah.
My little birds.
So make sure you add that.
Alright.
I think that's going to be important eventually.
Okay.
It's gonna just like that one.
Quick piggyback.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
If I can interject.
I like the pins.
Or one of the things that I can
We got the whole
give from the armory, especially fitted pit rat armor. Yeah.
I think it
armor, if you will.
Oh yeah, true.
It would take some time for them to build some custom make barding for Pip.
Unless, of course, you go to the Iron Rod.
Oh,
But-
you tell them you can't do it.
I mean, I know at least one person in the city who could do it.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah.
Make him work
He's my
for it.
roommate. He's my roommate. Can you do better?
Yeah, his name
Dude,
is
he can
Channing
churn it out.
Tatum.
He is a machine.
Channing Tatum's a machine in his own right. Yeah.
I go to Channing Tatum. Actually, I just said Pip. I give him directions. I give him a tiny knife just in case.
They tie a little note to Pip, and you send him to the Iron Rod. And no more than 4 hours later, Pip comes back with some hardened leather barding as well. It looks like there's some type of additional barding protection that goes over and is connected to his tail for some strange reason. It looks like that they've somehow been able to fit and fashion the itty-bittiest tiny of little minute daggers on the end of his little claws that strap on very like Freddy Krueger style type of energy on there. And you would also see that it looks like Pip is covered in glitter.
What?
Wow.
Does it rub off on things, or is it like very well adhered?
Ooh, I mean, it comes off on everything and is well adhered.
Well, I'm gonna test it on Ramshackle. I'm just gonna have him run around there for a little bit.
You release him in Ramshackle.
Yeah.
Ramshackle is full of glitter.
Well, we're gonna be traveling in that
And
thing.
rat
You might
traps.
as well find somewhere to nest.
And immediately finds a spot to nest. Digs right into some of the cushions. Yeah, rat barding. I'll figure out what that means.
I love this game.
Rat barding happens. We joined a gang of street youth. We got rat barding, and we wrap up with you, Giovanni. Giovanni, I wrote the notes for your section on the very bottom line of this notepad, and I can't read them anymore. What did you ask to do?
I am attempting to bond with
the rock chick.
With the rock chick, yes.
I wrote animal handling check.
Yes,
make me an animal handling check.
I'm like, which is my language. I'm calling him like a little chicken. Like,
Giovanni, would you like some help from the gods of fate?
This is the roll.
No, I don't need your help. I'm fine.
Good answer. I was going to give him the 8.
Wherever did you get that?
All right.
Plotting against Shimon on this side.
I love that I roll slow. Yeah, I'll take your help. Fine, I'll take it. No, I like this. I rolled a 3 on the die for a total of 10.
Oh, he wants
3 on the die.
That is funny.
Yeah, right. Please help me.
Which is happy because I went like I think Giovanni might be making a bit of progress. Like maybe it's used to him by now, but like he's trying too hard right now.
I think that's what we should embody here, right? It's not that this thing hates you. It's not trying to escape you or get away from you. But there's just
you're a bit desperate.
Yeah.
Would Karnath not have assisted?
Karnath, I will say this: Karnath has been poring over that book.
Oh, for our nightly book clubs.
For his nightly book clubs. And he asks you all about your books and your grimoires, and he says, mine's still really boring.
That's
as he continues to look through it. But he says, and this would be one thing that's interesting, thank you for bringing this up, that it's weird. He feels a little bit more connected to his dad when he reads it because he has such powerful memories of watching his dad read a book that looked really similar to this. So that's really why he's been spending so much time focused on it. Jabanu, with a 10, I had set it in my head at a 12, just to like get a little bit further on there. So there's still this like awkwardness that's going on here. And it's not attacking you, it's not pecking you, but it definitely seems uncomfortable by like the forced
No, like he wants it way too bad.
Yeah. And I think
That's adorable.
But again, it's something that can definitely grow. Mechanically speaking, yes, it's imprinted on Ireless, but there's nothing preventing anyone in this party from having a relationship with it. It just sees
Actually, I have a couple
Ireless
class
as-
speakers that prevent me.
Yeah, that is true. But
It's a
there is
monstrosity, not a beast.
true.
Does that
Oh,
matter?
It does
that
matter.
does matter.
But it's more naturally connected to you
As
and
is
other things to grow. What we need to do, that's just true, which don't worry about. That's that elder tongue is how we got there. That's the really important thing for some rules between beast and monstrosity, which is awesome. What's important here is how we wrap up week 5 and how we set ourselves up for our next session. So there's one thing that I want to do first. I want someone, I don't care who does it.
Look at me.
I did. It was your idea, so I think it should live with you. But I also don't know. I mean, it, maybe not optimized, but I think it makes a lot of sense. I need someone to roll a persuasion check to convince Castori to outright leave with you all at the end of week 5, rather than meeting up on the road later.
Quick team meeting. Ajax has been really cool.
Yeah.
And they know Castori the best. So
That's so
we-
true.
Ajax
I
is
think we
really
should.
cool.
Yeah, I kind of like
Am I in this meeting?
No.
Okay.
You are 6 feet away.
Lay it down. Ajax is over in a booth with several street youth.
Yeah.
yeah.
He's good with kids.
Above table,
Yeah,
I have a
that's-
+10.
I also have
Children are a
Okay,
terrible
so
judge
we
of
can-
character. But I like them.
Well, whoever it is, let me
Yes.
bless them with, some of my power.
I think I
We should collectively convince Ajax to convince Castori.
I mean, he's been with us for so long. That I think it was a good idea.
They're super reliable.
Weeks, 5
hold on.
weeks.
No, I have
It's
a plus.
Hold on. Ajax and I have a rapport.
Hey, Ajax. We want to leave this week. Would you come and bring Castori's crew?
I reach up to your shoulder.
A child's hand slaps your hand away. Nobody touching the boss!
At 6'7"? Does it jump up off the table?
He jumps on a chair.
I give you
We were playing like b-ball or
Ajax, I give you guidance for whatever you
I
choose
resolutely
to
parry
do.
the child.
The child flies out the window.
So whether you accept or not, you are guided.
And I would like to assist.
I'll come with you. I don't know.
You see, we want you to ask your friend to go with us.
We want you to use your lore, Castore.
But we also would really appreciate you accompanying us. You've been invaluable these last few weeks.
I'm not looking at Jabanu when I'm looking at the groom.
And so, yeah, you can join the rest of us weirdos, which is a
Have
term
a
of
man bun.
endearment.
Don't speak to me.
I really love your bells.
With that statement of you have a man bun, don't speak to me. Because you offended me when we first met. I cast vicious mockery on you. Just like a deep four.
I think it's wisdom.
Okay.
No, your last 5.
That's
It's
true.
multiple, yeah.
It's bigger.
Oh, dude, can I just roll 1d4?
No.
Vicious quip is a
How many is
self-cantrip.
it? Is it 2?
I believe it's 2. Yeah.
I wasn't expecting.
5.
What did you get for your save?
I got a 23 total.
Okay.
All right.
You feel it coming in.
Enoch's like,
I was like,
I've heard worse.
But you still had to taste the magic.
I think the vicious mockery starts to work its way into doing psychic damage, and then And then the loud part of Jabanu comes in like, no. Your man bun's amazing. You're amazing.
It really is an ego defense. Against vicious
And then shoots it right out. Shoots it right out.
Breaks a window.
I need the persuasion roll.
Okay.
Now, where's help? So you can make it with advantage.
Yeah.
You got this.
You got this.
Buddy, old pal, general, best friend,
Before
captain.
I tell you what it is, before you tell me what it is, do you want to know the DC beforehand or afterwards?
After.
Okay, what'd you roll?
22.
Success.
We all are like craning behind Ajax. Like, please.
Castori essentially goes along and says,
tink, tink, tink.
Yeah. I mean,
That's what I do.
He would say,
I mean, if this is really what you think is best, then I'll obviously defer to you. I value your opinion quite highly. It seems like that group is taking quite the shining to you.
So have the kids. And I'll point outside to where the kids are like standing and watching.
I've noticed that as well. You have such a way
They have
with
matching jackets.
We do. We have matching jackets now.
When I came over to the tavern, I saw all these two-wheeled devices lined up against the side of the tavern itself. Some type of gang of youths that they
Call
have.
them tricycles.
Makes sense. I'll get everyone ready. Give us a day and a half. We'll be ready to go. Sounds good?
I'll turn and look at the party. I kind of crane my head like 360 to look at everyone.
We're all behind you, like, lined up.
and
I lean.
Now,
give him the cool guy head nod.
We have
and then
to
I
wrap
wrap
up.
Lucius and get sad.
Week 5. Oh yeah, our friends we lost along the way. Who is rolling on the bad table? The moderate table.
I'll do it.
Moderate.
Drop the D6.
3.
A 3 on the moderate table. This is what happens.
But a national monument.
The trade routes have been compromised.
No, it's the last part.
They are not as safe. There has been an additional base or bases, some type of seating. In the wilds, which means that there is now some additional like forward camp in the wilds outside of a major base of operation, a major city that they're working out of. So there may be some increased risk that comes with that. There's increased hostility and suspicion in minor settlements. This builds upon the previous minor settlement having been overwhelmed and the information being shared with others. People will be more hesitant. Some DCs are going to be increasing for general information gathering because you will be newcomers to any place that you go, and there's been trouble afoot recently. This also means that there will be some increased prices for some purchasing that you'll be doing on your travels moving forward as well.
It's okay, we have a sugar mommy.
Yeah.
That's true. Now,
hopefully nothing happens to the bank.
Who wants to roll on as far as I know, the final magic item table roll for the team? Has anyone not rolled yet?
Or for magic item.
Roll for magic item. D100, please.
It's kind of my thing.
Oh, hey, did we remember to subtract?
Oh, okay.
Sorry, don't worry. Did we remember to subtract?
So I rolled a 10 and
the 21 would still be fine.
Yeah.
That would still be a fail.
Okay, tight.
Yeah.
Good. Just wanted to make sure. That
Thank you, though.
Yeah. Yep.
D100.
21.
Okay. They come back this time with a series of, it looks like there was some type of like alchemy set that they had found, and they brought back certain items of it. The alchemy set would be up for grabs, but the only thing they found that was still usable would be what is known as a potion of freezing fog.
Huh.
Ooh.
Interesting.
I mean, if we stay till week 6, guys.
Nope. If you stay till week 6,
nope.
I look to my...
Oh, come on.
Don't tempt us.
No.
So if the party
has
moves
upholstery,
on,
you guys.
and Castori stayed back, if the party moved on and Castori stayed back, there would be no roll.
Correct. The only detriment there is the fact that you'd have about a week and a half to 2 weeks possibly of travel unaccompanied. So there's inherent risk that comes with that, but they would finish up everything that needs to be done.
And then Castori's group would then just catch up.
Try to catch up, yeah.
So I'll stay behind them for a week.
Do you want to?
But yeah, there's no roll on the table because the rest of the party goes on.
If you stay, I would, if one person stayed, this is the only fair way to do this. If a single person stayed, it would depend how I would rule this. Whatever the other half of the party continued to do, I would then decide if there's actual need for them to be a roll. A magic item would be found no matter what because they stay for that last week no matter what. The assumption that no more rolls are needed on the catastrophic or the moderate table is because you all are moving forward together as a group to go and take care of the problem. But if the group splits up and the problem isn't neutralized in the way that I think is substantive, if I might choose to make a roll.
Not worth it.
Yeah.
Also, is this worse than the catastrophic table? What if you ran into Drukari after he read your letter? You know, like soon, like worse than saying goodbye and walking to the same parking lot.
I'd come back to his office that same day and be like, so I'm going to help you out this first week. And then you're on your own.
What's up?
And where I think we're going to wrap up tonight's session is with the following. Week 5 concludes. You all are leaving, but they have told you, Castori and the rest of the Gallanteers are going to tell you that they need an additional day just to get everything organized, to get the caravan all set, to make sure they've got all the supplies that they need.
Wait, did I ever find that guard?
As of now, you have not found that guard.
And an important Kennedy question.
Sure.
Yeah.
Does Kennedy still have the necklace?
The necklace that you had given everyone one of? Yeah. That's up to Kennedy. Kennedy would still have the necklace so long as they have chose to keep it.
Not the top of the list, so yes.
Okay.
Good.
Has the necklace.
That just means something to me.
And where we'll wrap up tonight is they've told you they need another day and a half. You've got one final day of rest before you're about to hit the road. So they've told you, gather any supplies that you need, get what you need. At the beginning of next session, for any send-off that we're going to have, we will roll for any supplies. They're going to give you some parting gold, some parting coin, because while you were well taken care of here in Port Haven and because of all the work that you were contracted to do, that's not going to be the case moving forward. So they'll leave you with some supplies, some rations, as well as some gold, even though you're traveling with the caravan. But that next morning, I like to imagine that there's like, okay, this is the final day. You're all gathered around the very same table that you all had first gathered around. Only now we have Ajax instead of one Kennedy. And Karnath is currently not on this level. Karnath is seemingly either still downstairs or hasn't come down yet, right? Which is not uncommon for these past couple of weeks. His schedule's been a little bit more haphazard than that same still cheery fellow that he is, but he is focused for the first time on something that's not just like your all relationship. You find yourselves alone. You can hear the clinking of the somewhat seen, unseen servants in the kitchen here. And the door, which is important to know, up until recently has been like locked and somewhat guarded. Luckily, in the past couple of weeks, you all have secured the city. That's no longer been the case, but there have been a series of like code knocks to know who's coming in, what's going on. They're still on heightened alert for many things. And as you all are sitting around at the table, your table, you would hear the following knock, which would match any of the appropriate knocks that would either be Drukari or somebody from his inner circle for the past couple of weeks.
Come in?
No answer.
Is Drukari already back? I
Fine. I get up and I go get the door.
Silas gets up from the table, goes over to the door, opens the door, and there is nobody outside. Even if you were to look your head left and look your head to the right, you don't see any, raucous street youth or individuals who were trying to knock and run off. The street looks fairly deserted at this time in the morning. And as most of all of your attention is probably focused over on Silas looking at the door, what the hell? Silas, I don't know, maybe turns around like, well, nobody there. Goes to shut the door. Silas, you would see it first because I like to imagine that your seat is the furthest end of the table and everyone's looking forward at you. Sitting in your seat where you were is a woman with platinum blonde curls, wearing a very fine red and black lace with velvet accent points. She has these remarkably potent lilac eyes, and standing just behind and a little bit to her right, closest to where Jabanu was sitting, is a small rat folk. And you would hear Torrent look over to you, Iris, and say, "Hello, how are you?"
I'm really good.
And that's where we'll end tonight's session.
Who's the lady?
Torrent.
Oh, the rat focus.
This slide.
You're in my seat.
Yes.
Hey, you all not only saved Port Haven this week, right? In this week's episode, you saved the city, you befriended some street youths, you foraged for some amazing things, you uncovered some secrets around true names, you attempted to befriend some young rocks, right? You are well on your way to ensuring that there is actually an opportunity for you all to grow and become something much, much more than this. You've saved a city, and there is a continent on the edge of collapse after 6 weeks of insular focus. And that is where we begin next time. Stay tuned. We'll see you later, everybody.